There we go.
Now it's starting?
Yeah.
We're live here from Efrat. So, Zera Shimshon lived 250 years ago. He had one son who passed away, and because of that, he said he has no Zera, he has no seed, he has nobody that's going to, who's going to, your children is going to be your lineage. All the mitzvot that they do, you get Sakkal for. So he doesn't have any now. His legacy. So what did he do? He decided he's going to write down the Torah. His Torah he wrote, and I should know he wrote down the Torah. He wrote on Pirkei Avot, and anybody that and he writes that anybody that studies my Torah will be considered my children, and will see nisim v'niflaot, and will see whatever they need. Beracha, they need children, they need marriage, they need money, they need parasa, whatever. He literally guarantees it. It's like very strong. He also was a very big mekubal ma'asit, which is Kabbalah that we don't touch with today. But he had those works buried with him. He had those works buried with him, and we do not know where he is buried. We do not know where he's buried.
Wow.
I
want to apologize, but the white Honda thingy in front of Charles' car is also blocking the neighbor.
Whoever that is, don't block the neighbor. No, really, a white Honda with the owner of a 1994. Yeah, no, he goes in with gun smoking. He goes in, he's ready. It's a problem. What are we gonna do? Just because, by the way, what do we learn from this week's parasha? That just because people come at you one way, you do not return in kind.
No machlokas.
Huh?
You can still pray for them. You can still want them to repent.
Always Darchei Shalom. All right, so we're going to go to Korach Aleph. Reuben, I know we did this together, but we're going to do it anyway. Korach, let's go to Aleph, the first one, not three, the first one. The pasuk says Veika Korach. The Midrash in Tanhuma gives a very detailed and beautiful explanation of the whole story. And the Midrash Tanhuma and Rashi brings that what did Korach do? Page Resh Lamed Aleph. Resh Lamed Aleph for the ones that have the Minukad. Rala. Right.
There's not a dollar.
Aleph. No, I said we're going to one.
Oh, we're going to one now?
We're going to one. So, okay, again, all right, you with me, everybody? Let's go. So they got caught a helek. So what did he do? He decided to fight on two things. He decided to take tzitzit, and he decided to take mezuzah to go and fight against Moshe. Talit. So this is what he says. It says talit shel she'ar minim hut echad potra. Says a garment that has one garment of one strand of techelet is patur. What about a beged that's completely techelet? Do I still need the string or not? And Moshe says you need the string. So Korach starts there because that's silly. If the purpose of a beged, if you have the one string of a beged, and that makes it kasher, right? That's poter, that makes it like it's where it's like katchila, right? According to the Torah. An entire beged of techelet, why would I need that one simple string? I have the whole garment is filled with blue. What is techelet? It's the color of blue, right? That comes from the chilazon. So it's the Torah says, right? The kara petil techelet. The kanaf means the corner. Petil is a string. Techelet is the color. The kara petil techelet. Okay, and the pasuk says uritem oto uschartem, that you're going to see it and you're going to remember. Uritem oto uschartem et kol mitzvot Hashem.
God and the sky.
Right, the whole
right.
the Ramban, right. So now he brings the first one is the tzitzit, and now he goes to the first one. Do you understand the mahloket? The first thing he comes with. Yosef, you understand?
Yeah, that's why the end of the last week's parasha ended with tzitzit, right? Because that's where Rashi gets it from. Because the end of last week's parasha, the maftir is
tzitzit, but I don't think that he connects it to the. Does he connect it?
There's always a connection.
There's always a connection. That's true. But Rashi himself connects it. Mordechai.
I'm sure that's
Rashi, that's why he said. That's why he was arguing. That's what he was arguing about.
Okay, good. What about mezuzah? Also, same parasha. Okay, so again, the first thing that tzitzit, he tells you that if a four-cornered garment is required to wear tzitzit, right? Then what about? Let's get the AC on here. Huh?
You know, the trip and a half was that it wasn't just him who lost his cool.
No, he
got
convinced
150 guys.
250. And how did he do it? And how did he do it? He food and drink just like this.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's what he got him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what he got
They
him.
were a little altered state
Bloomberg,
of
what can I do
mind.
for you?
It works.
What do you need?
Wow.
Cup. Hook him up. There's cups over there. Okay, so again, that's the first one. The first one is talit. So he says again, talit, right? That has four corners. If you put one strand of techelet, if that makes it good for tzitzi, what about an entire jacket or shirt, the same shirt filled with techelet? Do I still need that one strand? And Moshe says yes, you still need the first strand. Korach says that's ridiculous, illogical. Second thing he brings is what mezuzah. What he says mezuzah, shte parashiot potrot ota. How many parashiot do you have in your mezuzah? How many?
Two.
So say two. I asked how many? Two. So he says, what about a book, a room full of, a house full of books? Is that poter or not? He goes, no. He says separim.
I heard Sefer Torah.
It says right here, Vayit Maleh Separim.
Yeah. Vayit Maleh separim. Where do you see Sefer Torah? Well, don't forget, back then they didn't exactly have a printer. They had scrolls.
Yeah.
It's different with the Sefer Torah and the Knesset. You actually don't need a mezuzah for the Knesset.
Agreed.
But in the house with Sfarim,
With Torah scrolls, not a bit.
Yes.
No, Torah scrolls.
You need a
Torah scrolls.
You need a mezuzah.
The word
even in
is
house,
the word of the Tanchuma. The word of Rashi is Maleh Sfarim. Maleh Sfarim. Yes, ask about the tzitzit.
Korach's argument was if the whole beged is tchelet, what about is he referring to the whole beged and the tzitzit
No,
themselves, or the tzitzit themselves are white and one tchelet?
Are you required to still wear the one strand of techelet on that beged?
No, but
The question was.
I'm answering the question.
Oh, he's asking, is there strings in the beged that
strings in
Korach's
the
talking
beged.
about, or he's saying the beged itself is
And-
all chelet? Do I need to tie a blue string on the bottom?
That's
Is
the
there
question. Yes, that's
regular
what he's saying.
tzitzit on the
Do I need
bottom
to
or
tie a
nothing?
blue string on the bottom?
The thing is, it's not such a good question. Why? Because the mitzvah of tzitzit is to tie the tzitzit.
Well, you're gonna learn what was his mistake. It's spoiler alert. You're gonna see.
Oh,
You're gonna see. Don't worry. All right, it's a little small, but it's all right. Don't worry
The
about it.
guys he took him with him were those tzaddikim.
we're on the ball. A bit more
They were not schlubs.
No, they were heads.
They
They were big guys. By the way, they said that if we were by Korach today, we would be digging a hole for ourselves because we wouldn't know what to do.
Really though?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea who's gonna be the Kohen Gadol when Mashiach comes? Korach. Yes. So chill your bones. The answer is yes. We would not know what to do.
After all that?
Sadiq Katamari Frach. Who says that? The Arizal. Right. Very good. There's no. I did that for you by the Seltzer. I really did. Well, yeah, but to show you that Korach's level. About Turim, probably, yeah. This is the best with Rashi Tevot. All right, so that's the first one. The second one is mezuzah. What's the thing with mezuzah? That if two parashiot that are in that thing that's on the door, if that's poter the bayit, the house, then a house full of books, lo kol sheken, shouldn't that also be? I should have the protection also. I don't need a mezuzah. Moshe says nope, you need a mezuzah. So of course it's ridiculous. If I just have the reminder over there. Now, what's wrong? Then I have an entire bookshelf of reminders. Why is that not enough? Moshe says, no, you still need it. So with those two things, this is what he comes to Moshe with. Now, the question is, Zera Shimshon's question, if the main purpose of his mahloket against Moshe was that he appointed Elisaphan ben Uziel, who was younger than Korach. So Kehat, all come from Kehat, right? Levi, Kehat. There was 4 sons: Amram, Yitzhar, Hebron, and Uziel. Okay, now Amram had Moshe, no problem. He's the head, makes sense. Yitzhar had Korach, then Hebron, then Uziel. Uziel's the last son, who had a kid named Elisaphan, who now Moshe is appointing him to be the head. And of course, what do you mean? I'm supposed to be first. I'm older than him. So what if that's his original complaint? What does that have to do with mezuzah and tzitzit as trying to prove you way that I should get the nasi position? You understand? It's zero connected whatsoever.
Yeah,
it makes
but
no sense.
Once he's pissed, he's just making up a whole bunch
Nah,
of
he's
stuff.
no, he's not. He's not. He's coming. He's smart. Korach is not. He knew.
He's smart, he's rich, yes. But when he's letting his ego get in the way,
What?
when he lets his ego get in the way, the silliness comes.
So it's a very good point that Gemara Sanhedrin explains that when a person is angry, okay, it's like he's a kofir against the Shekhinah. It's like a kofir against the Shekhinah when you get angry. It's horrible because you think so much that you get angry and you think that that there's no control and you lose control and that there's no one that's in control and it's just a disaster. So it's literally like you're kofir. That's what Gemara says. That's what Gemara says.
You wanted to show that he was better than Moshe. He wanted to take over from Moshe. It wasn't just.
But he wasn't looking to take over Moshe. No, he was looking to take over Elisaphat ben Uziel's position.
I will respectfully disagree.
Okay, you're allowed to. Show it to me inside. Everything that we say has to be from the books. We don't come up with our own stuff. So you have to open an art scroll like I do.
So
Okay, look.
What about all the
best.
midrashim where everybody comes up with whatever they want to? And they,
No. Wait, what do you think is the Post? The New York Post?
Smack him.
What? Why do you want to get me started? Who wrote the Midrash?
Which one?
Who wrote the
Which one?
Midrash Rabbah? Tanaim. One second. No one knows this. No one knows. It's important to know. Who wrote the Midrashim? It's a very fair question. The Midrashim were written by the same ones that wrote the Mishnayot and the Gemarot. And the Zohar. They were all done at the same time. They were all written at the same time.
What's the point?
Me'am Loez was later. Me'am Loez brings all the Midrashim. Me'am Loez is a masterpiece because he takes all the Midrashim and he connects them all together. It's an amazing thing. I have the whole set over here, by the way, if you want them in English. The best. The best. So the Midrashim are written with a lesson to be learned from them. It's not relevant if they happened or not. But there's so many lessons and secrets that are inside, just like in the Zohar, because you cannot write down the secrets of the Torah. Yaakov, you understand? You cannot write down the secrets of the Torah. It's asur. But then how do you pass it along? We got to a point where we had to. So what do we do? So they put it in what's it called? In stories. There's Rabbi Bar Hama in Masechet Sanhedrin says that he's met a certain merchant. Ataya. Not that one. That's one of 12 stories. One of them was, do you want to come here where Korach is? So he says, yes. He goes, come, I'll show you. An Arab merchant says this, okay? So Rabbi Bar Hama says, yes. So he goes to take him to the middle of the desert, and he takes him to a crack in the floor. And smoke is coming up from this crack. And he takes like a stalk or whatever, like a reed, and he puts wool on it, douses it in water, and puts it over this thing. And the heat is so strong it dries up the ball of wool. And then he says, and then the Arab guy tells him, put your ear to the thing, to the floor. You'll hear him. And hear him screaming that Moshe's Torah is emet, and they are right. But we're liars. That's the Gemara says. We're liars. Well, it says they're liars, but they really mean we're liars. So that did not really happen. But there's so many secrets that Rabbi Bar Hana is trying to pass down throughout the generations because they cannot write it. Beferush, he has no choice. But you don't understand the chokhmah behind it. It's unbelievable.
They say the taya is
unbelievable.
They say the taya, this Arab taya is the Gaon of me.
It's all stories. It's examples. You want to see where the sky and the ground kiss. That's the word that the Gemara kiss. Use the word kiss. You want to see all these very crazy things. There's actually a book that they wrote in English about these 12 stories. But they're all in Baba Batra, I think. Baba Batra, 12 stories, unbelievable stuff. And one of them is about Korach. Yeah, it's crazy. So let's get back to Ayin. So the question we have is, what is the connection between what Korach is, what Korach wants, and what he's using to try to get it? It makes no sense. So let's see. All right. V'haya nami. So the reasons that Korach, he's saying, was smarter than Elisaphan ben Uziel. He's older. He's smarter. Makes sense. And v'haya nami gadol shaya ben Yitzhak. He was also the older son, the older of the siblings. It belonged to him. Shehu mishinem le'amram Elisaphan haya ben Uziel, which was the fourth son. Right? Shehu revi'ilana v'nisiut haya ra'u leKorach, and the nisiut really should have gone to Korach. It belongs to him. Ela shemoshe asa nasi Elisaphan b'sibui hakadosh baruch hu she'eh yoter ra'ui mimeno. But the fact that so this is the complaint. The complaint of Korach is that I am older and it belongs to me, and you gave it to the younger one, and we just explained why. They're four brothers. He was the son of the second son, and Elisaphan was the son of the fourth son. That is the thing. Okay?
The youngest, right? Yeah.
Right?
Say again?
Only because of the hierarchy.
Yeah, it belongs to him. What do you mean? Yeah, substantially, by the way. Second kid versus, huh? And he was smarter than him. Korach was not. There was no small potatoes.
Yeah, but it was the kid's humility that got him the position.
Very well could be. Yeah. Yeah. You don't realize who Korach was. We just assume it's Korach. We just know him as Korach. But if we would have known him before, right, we would not be so. Korach's a bad guy. He was a gadol. He was nothing to talk about. He was following. Yeah. So
He's going by the norm, not by the exception.
But he was still a rebel.
well, they don't call him a rebel. They call the 250 people rebels. They don't call him a rebel. Right? It's a good one, right? Mark that one down.
That's something he can't get forgiveness for. It's getting 250
No,
other people to
because
sin.
where's this Gemara Sanhedrin? It's the Perek Helek. What's Helek mean? Kol Yisrael yesh lahem Helek v'olam haba. But it also says, right, it says, Umi she'en lahem Helek v'olam haba. It says, Torah midbar, crazy. I can't, yeah, it's crazy. But I think it just means, they start again, like they start by the next generation.
Legitimate complaint to come to Moshe Rabbeinu as far as like hierarchy and whatnot goes, but he was just really disrespectful about it.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's not what he did, it's how he did it. It's not what he did, it's how he did it. Okay? And the way he did it was a very, very rough and wrong and disrespectful, and he paid for his life and his wife's life and all of his rechush. And he's lucky that his kids made teshuvah, because otherwise than that, it would have been a disaster. All right, so let's find out why Dafka these two things.
Part of the problem, right? Didn't he see in the future that was it Shmuel, Shaul?
1 second, we'll get there. Umatzah makom lahlok Dafka on shtei mitzvot elu. Why? Shmuel, yeah. Lefi shenira peshat hakatuv nitztaveru b'tzitzit. Because if you just look at the peshat of the pasuk of the tzitzit, it says, what's the purpose of tzitzit? Kedei lizkor et kol mitzvot. The whole purpose is tzitzit. Uritem oto uschartem. Uritem, you'll see them. Uschartem, you remember. So I actually did a thing once. I go, if I did this. I looked at the sea. I go, it doesn't make me remember all the mitzvot. I don't till I learned.
Not all, but it's just an anchor.
It's a reminder that you're supposed to.
How? What's the reminder?
It says התכלת דומה לים, והים דומה לרקיע.
I don't have to kill it. Then what?
ורקיע לכיסא הכבוד.
Very true.
No, but also on the tzitzit, it says Hashem Echad, the numbers here in code.
Go ahead. Go. What else does it say? Go ahead.
That's why.
How do you get Taryag mitzvot?
You have the word tzitzit is kimatria 600.
Good.
Another 8 strings is 6/8.
Good.
5 knots is 6/13.
Very good.
But the
Go ahead, give me more.
But the question is here on the Pilat to ask the question on the Zera Shimshon. He's saying that Korach's mistake was.
He didn't say nothing about a mistake yet.
Yeah, he did.
No, he did not. We did not talk about his mistake. All he said was what he argued on. All he said was the mahloket that he came to him with was tzitzit and mezuzah.
You just read that if the tzitzit, he said, Korach said, if tzitzit is to remind us of all the mitzvot, right? Then the beged that's all.
He didn't say that yet. All he said was patur betzitzit.
You just read that.
No, we said, min hut ehad potra zo shekula techel lo litor et atzma. Nothing to talk about uschartem oto. We didn't get that yet. No.
He said it says. But
No, downstairs. Yeah, but now where we're at, yeah. Kedei lizkor et kol mitzvot. Is that what you're talking about?
So on this, I have a question because what reminds us of the mitzvot are the codes that are on the tzitzit. It says Hashem Echad, the word tzitzit, the strings. Now, if I have a beged of old chelet, I'm not going to remember. The Romans had all these begadim at chelet. Didn't remind you.
One
of the
second,
mitzvot.
okay, let me get there. Okay, we're gonna get there. Little different, but we're gonna get there. Okay. The two mitzvot that he brings. All right, this guy, no, you're good. You're good.
All right.
500 guys here. So again. So we commanded on tzitzit. Why? Kedei lizkor et kol mitzvot Hashem. And mezuzah. Why do we command on mezuzah? Protection. The mezuzah was meant for protection. No other reason. Well, it's the next line. In order to protect us. And that's what it says in the Zohar Kadosh, Parashat Bo, Shamar Kadosh Baruch Hu. Ketov shemi al petahecha. Write my name on your doorways. Right? Ve'i ata mityareh min hamazikin. Haremes b'milat mezuzot zaz mavet. That it's that put if you're afraid, put my name on your door and I'll protect you. I will protect you. Shomer. Yeah. And he said, but there's a hint with the word mezuzot, mazikin. Mazikin are just bad spirits or bad things, right? And the secret is a little hint with the word mezuzot is spelled the same letters of what zaz mavet. Move over death. What the once? What's once?
There's only one time that the Zera Shimshon is pointing out that it was written with an extra letter.
Where's the extra letter? Is it mezuzot instead of mezuzah? Mezuzot.
No. Mezuzot is written.
Sometimes you read the second vav could be without the vav, it's just the dot.
That's why you can say the Zohar makes it does that based on the fact that there's only one vav.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
No, in the Parshat Shema, you have twice mechila just because I read mezuzot. So this the first time in the top in the Parshat Shema it said mezuzot. It says mem, zayin, vav taf.
Right.
But the second time in Parshat
Without it.
Bayam Shamoah,
Right.
it says mem, zayin, vav taf.
Oh, with it. Okay. Yeah.
That's what it's.
Right. So over here, so mezuzot. So you have mezuzot zaz mavet. Right. It's a hint.
This is evidence in the Torah that the Mitzvim didn't have mezuzahs when the Mekas Osiris.
Why?
Because they had mezuzah, the Malcolm Evers wouldn't come.
We didn't have mezuzot there either. We had blood on our doors. We put both. That was the first. So you see, there's two. And by the way, and what's the next pasuk in Shema? It says, "Leman yirbu yimechem v'mei berechem." Right, that you should have long days. You and your children should have long days.
Amen.
Amen. Right. So you see, so two things. One, what the reasons for the mitzvot is what the tzitzit is dafka what to remind you of all the mitzvot. So whenever you go like this, you go back to over here. By the way, tzitzit twice, 2 days a week now. And the second is mezuzah to protect you. Right? And we bring the Zohar HaKadosh that says what? Zaz Mavet, Mushrof Mavet. And that's why I tell my kids, my son tells me he's scared of upstairs. Friday night he has to go like upstairs and all the lights are off. So they'll go upstairs and get whatever. He goes, no, I'm scared. I go, what are you scared of? We have mezuzot. I say it all the time. Why are you laughing at me? It's true. What? I didn't tell him that part yet, but yeah. But what do you mean when he says also Shema? So what, you said Shema? He goes, yeah. I go, so what are you worried? This is how we live our lives. Nothing else. This is how we live our lives. So now, how does this connect to Korach? The Korach Hashav, he thought that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe to take the techelet and put it on the begadim, lepachot hut echad, at least one hut, at least one thing. So yeah, so in Korach's mind, for sure the whole beged would be patur if once you have it all techelet. But at least the Korach is telling you your minimum. Your minimum is one thread of techelet to be mekabel the mitzvah tzitzit. Because the pasuk says in singular. The pasuk says hakana petil techelet. Doesn't say petilim. It says singular. The hakana is the corner. Petil is singular. Techelet has to be techelet, the color. And then after it says uritem oto uschartem. And you'll see it, and you will remember. It doesn't say uritem otam. Uritem oto uschartem in singular. You will see it, and you will remember. So if that's the minimum, so he's saying that's the minimum. So he's throwing one string. So Moshe, if I don't want to do one string, because by the way, techelet's not cheap, it's money, it's expensive. So if I want to get the whole bag of techelet, right? You're going to tell me that's no good? Moshe's no good. Moshe missed the whole point. In Korach's mind, Moshe missed the entire point of what Hashem was telling him. He made a mistake. He's telling him that it has to be what? He says that the minimum the Torah is telling you is to have a betil techelet. One, not many. Right? One, and if you want many, then that's fine. Right? The Shema Mina Sheikara Mitzvah, he has zechira. The main purpose of the mitzvah is zechira, remembrance. To remember the mitzvot. Umimela anu lemedim kesheziyeh talit kolet techeret. When you learn that the whole talit is made of techeret, tiyeh gam zechira yoter gedula. That your zechira, your remembrance is even a more thing. It's even a bigger. You have a bigger remembrance. But imagine putting a post-it on your wall versus an entire giant paper on the wall, like a giant cardboard. Right? Something small versus something big. So the purpose of the tzitzit is to remember. If the purpose of tzitzit is to remember, and if he tells me petil techeret, the minimum is one. So if I put my whole thing, for sure, it's going to be a remembrance.
Did they really have to on top of their clothing?
So that's my problem with every kid's books on rabbis, which we have plenty of. Never tzitzit. You never see the tzitzit on them. Moshe and the Midbar, the Bnei Yisrael and the Midbar, these things. Thank God, we have all these books. No tzitzit. Where are they? But I think the clothing back in the day was a four-cornered garment. It was like a poncho-ish type. I don't know what, but it's not only robes. I mean, no, it was.
Even if you were just wearing a big sheet that you would wrap around yourself, you'd have to have.
If it's your beged, then it's labeled beged. Shulchan Aruch says if it's the blankets, we said
If they were, I don't know. If they were wearing a toga and it was made out of a sheet and it was just wrapped.
If it's made as a beged, then if it's labeled as a beged, it's a beged.
It's the clothing.
But look, at night I take a blanket. Sometimes when it's cold, I put a blanket over me. I'm walking around and I'm up. What? They don't have tzitzit. Are you gonna leave now? Is it my hayav tzitzit or not?
No, because it's sut laila.
But that's my question. It's Kesut Laila, right? Because look, it's a mahloket. What's the mahloket between?
You see them, and at night you don't have chashmal.
Mahloket is the Rambam and the Rosh. Rambam and the Rosh. We did this together, Sasha. The question is it because uritem oto? You have to see it, or is it considered, or is it?
Because of the blanket that you wear.
The blanket is the Yeshua ben Bishabirah says has nothing to do because it's not beged. You don't wear it. It's just because it has four corners doesn't mean you wear it. It's a blanket. You lie under it. But a blanket's not a shawl. A blanket's a blanket. And a shawl is not really it's an outer garment. It's not a whatever. All right, irrelevant. Let's continue. So you have again the zechira is the main part, right? Right. So now have the ilav hachi lo haya lo lichtov uritem otos chatem and he brings a proof. He says why? Because if it wasn't the case, then then he wouldn't write uritem otos chatem, and then after hakara betil techeret. No, he says the opposite.
It says the word uschatem right after it says the kanaf. So Korach said, if it says remember it right after the pipchelet, it must be that
it's about remembrance. It's about remembrance.
You have a whole thing of blue. You should also remember even more so. Right.
Shezehu hadavar afilu min halavan levado. Right. Shezehu hadavar haba afilu min halavan levado k'she'adam yilbash hatalit. So he's saying if the remembrance, like you say, if the remembrance comes from the strings themselves, then the pasuk would be said right away. Right? Since the techelet comes first, it's the techelet, not the strings, that brings the zechira. That's the thing. He's saying that the zechira is the most important reason, and the way the pekim are in is you're telling me the techelet is gonna make me remember, not the strings. That was Korach's mistake. He's saying the strings it's not about the strings, it's about the techelet. The string is just there, so it's the cheapest way to put on techelet. But when does it write it? Uritem otos chatem comes with Petil techelet. I know, but the order of the pasuk, you have two parts of the pasuk, right?
You wear techelet?
No, I don't wear techelet.
You believe in it?
Do I believe in it? What does that mean? It's a weird question. It's not the right way to say it.
No, the petil techelet.
So my rabbi doesn't wear it, so I don't wear it. That was the end of I never actually looked into it. I did look into it later, and it's very fascinating. It's amazing. But my rabbi doesn't wear it, so I don't wear it. That's as far as I go. I do what my rabbi does. It's just simple.
Doesn't say anything about your rabbi here.
Yeah, it does, my friend.
It does?
Yeah.
I missed it, I'm sorry.
Listen to me. This whole issue with Korach is because he didn't listen to Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay, Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay.
But he said where?
He said what?
Whatever, go ahead.
Korach said. No, you can't put yourself in that. You can't do that.
Yeah, this is Muppet time.
If you have a beged that's blue, everybody would, you have 600,000 men. They're gonna have blue outer garments. The thing that makes it different is the string. That's what, you're gonna see this everywhere, but the string makes it special. That's what's gonna highlight the garment.
The string's on the garment.
Yeah, which is out of the ordinary. Like, he's wearing a
What is
bluish
Rashi
garment.
talking
I mean, it doesn't make me remember anything. But if he had a tzitzit, well, then it's all different.
He's doresh on the pasuk that the fact that it says Uritem Otor, right, and then it says Petir Techere. No, sorry, because it says Petir Techere first, and then it says Uritem Otor. He's saying that the Techeret is the reason that I'm going to remember, not the strings. That's what Korach is saying. He's wrong. He was wrong. But that's what his derasha was. That's what he's holding
Was
by.
he wearing strings, regular strings with the shirt of tchelet?
What do you mean, regular strings?
Regular tzitzit.
He's saying I don't need them. He's saying if the whole thing is techeret, I should be good.
Right, but the strings, did he have any strings on the garment? Because it is a four-cornered garment. You know?
His argument to Moshe was if I'm wearing a full bag of techeret,
I remember everything I need to remember. It's all good.
it should be what's the word? I don't need it. Cover home it, even better.
One string makes you remember. And the
With
whole
one
back
string
end.
is supposed to make you remember. Cover home it, a whole bag to make me remember.
Yeah.
But
that's why it was a mistake. It's what you said.
But
the strings only make you
But
remember.
by the way, first of all, we're understanding this. We're going here so we can understand the reason why he picked these two mitzvot dafka. He specifically picked these two mitzvot and not others.
No.
So, what? What's wrong with dafka? Louder.
I just want to ask real quick. There's a chiyuv of wearing tzitzis. The chiyuv of having tzitzis b'chlal is if you wear a full conducive garment, you must put tzitzis on.
Yes, correct.
That's the chiyuv.
Correct.
If you wear some clothes, if you wear any piece of garment, any piece of clothing, whatever you want, if you don't have four corners, you not.
No.
Only chiyuv comes in if you're wearing a four corner garment.
Yes.
So the whole concept today that we put today.
And so we want the mitzvah. Yeah.
Four corner garment.
Sure.
To fulfill the mitzvah.
Yes, we want the mitzvah.
But if you don't wear it, you're not over an avera. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, it's correct.
That's correct.
But,
But I'll tell you something else.
Only a fool want to miss
Every
out on that.
second that
Yeah, they wanna go
you
cry.
Look, if it's a hot day, you don't want to wear it. He's right.
At the time
But
of Easter, they're going to go cry.
After
They're going to go.
Yes, before he died, he cried.
They're
Yes.
gonna go cry.
It's called a zeib
He took
mitzvah
it
tzitzit,
tzitzit.
zocher roeh pnei Shechina.
You've also said
I'm
for
going
a
to tell you
few
something
seconds,
else.
whatever it
I don't want to
is,
burst nobody's
I
bubble,
can do
but
a
that's
mitzvah
kind of my
for
job.
Now, I'm going to the next one. I can't.
You ready? Listen, it says also, it says, if a person does, it's not a hayuv to wear tzitzit today, unless you wear a four-quarter garment. But if a person says, I don't have to wear tzitzit, it's not a hayuv, the Gemara says, I think it's in Menachot, I don't remember. The Gemara says that you're going to come up for judgment. Listen, boys in the back, listen, because you're going to come up for judgment. The Gemara says, how can I come up for judgment if it's not a hayuv? I'm not wearing a four-corner garment. It's not that you're going to come for judgment. It's when Hashem is already judging you, He's going to gather he's going to say, oh, you messed around with tzitzit. All right, put that in the mix also. Bring it in. So you're going to have to pay for that too. If you get audited, Hashem's going to put that in also. So it's not, don't be so, what's it called? You can't, it's not shop right. You can't take what you want and put what's not on sale. You can't do that.
So this is the IRS.
The IRS?
The audit thing, you know.
It's just an example. What's the matter? I ain't selling it. What do you mean? Well, come on. If it's written, how could you say this is yes or this is no? Do you remember what Hillel did when there was a guy that came? Listen, this is for you.
Yeah, I know about the one. Go on.
So what's the end of the story? If you know about the 1 foot.
He converted, became
No. He tells him, teach me the Torah shebechtav, Do not teach me Torah Sheba'al Peh. I will not accept Torah Sheba'al Peh. And Hillel says, okay, come. No, he went to Shammai first, and Shammai took his ruler and smacked him and said, get out of here. Yeah. Shammai.
That sounds like yeshiva.
He went to Hillel, and Hillel said, come, I'll teach you. So the first day, you're already nodding your head without listening to the story. That's not being impartial. So Hillel teaches them Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet. First day teaches them. Second day comes and he teaches them. He goes, what he said was Aleph. He tells them now is Bet. And what was Gimel, he tells them is Aleph. And he goes, and the guy goes, no, but you told me yesterday. You told me it's Aleph. This is Aleph. This is Bet. This is Gimel. This is Dalet. He goes, no, it's Bet. This is Dalet. This is Dalet. He goes, what? He goes, no, you taught me the other way. So he tells him, he goes, just like you trust me that what I told you yesterday was emet, trust me also that Torah Sheba'al Peh is also emet.
Nice.
You cannot expect to learn to take on Torah Shebechtav without Torah Sheba'al Peh. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You need both. It's the only way it works.
They tried it. The Karaim didn't work.
Yeah, where are they today?
All with the wind. There are some in Crimea.
Not of old. No, they're not. The Sidukim of today, or the what's it called of today, are not of old. The ones of old were really smart. They knew Torah. You know, my friend Avi Miller told me a story. He says one guy says one was a very big kofer, very big kofer. He's the kofer of the town. There was another kofer that comes and he wants to meet this kofer. So he asks around, where's Yossi the kofer? So he tells him, he goes, go. He's in that he's in that shul. So he goes in that shul and he sees this guy sitting and learning. So he tells him, oh, you'll see the kofer? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm also kofer. He goes, no, you're not. He goes, you're an idiot. He tells the guy that comes in. He goes, what are you talking about? I'm a kofer like you. You're a kofer. You're walking around looking for other kofers. I'm sitting and learning to disprove the Torah, and you're just walking around to find other guys to talk about you disproving. Meaning, I'm learning. A real kofer knows the Torah. You understand? If you don't know it 100%, how could you deny it? If a person doesn't know it 100%, how can he deny it? Right? It's not possible. So you really have to know it. That's right. It's just by definition. So okay. So
That's dedication to the dark side.
it's the kofers today don't know nothing. They're not real kofers. They're not kofers. They're just idiots. They don't know nothing. You need to help them. You need to teach them the right way. It's not. Can't get angry at them. You have to just stay away from them, and never take them on together, only individually. The only way you'll actually get through anybody is individually, never as a group. You can't take on the group. Because like what says in Mesilat Sharim,
It's like a pack of dogs.
it's like a pack of dogs.
Oh, wow.
And Mesilat Sharim says that one word of Litzanut,
The Korach says that's why he went individually to Datan Aviram individually, and then he went to the group later, because he wanted to try to get them to like dedicate his time to them and
segregate
separate
them.
them out.
That's the only way. It's all you can't take on because individually you have a chance. You have a very good chance. But you do it.
Moshe Rabbeinu took them all down.
But he didn't
Let's
first. He
try.
was trying to
Let's
Makar.
try.
He went to Datan,
To Makar.
went to Aviram, he went
He just
to
wanted them
separately.
individually first.
He didn't want to take them down, he wanted to do tshuva.
He did not want to take them down. That's
Right,
correct.
He wanted to do tshuva, so he went to
Yeah.
them individually, to
Right.
listen, you're on the wrong side here.
Right. All right. So now we got tzitzit down. Let's talk about mezuzah. The hachinami, same thing with mezuzah. Lo yalo lichtov leman yirvu yimechem, right? Ela vaday leodienu shelefahot tzarich sheitov shtei parashiyot. So same thing with by mezuzah, because what? Because it should not have needed to say leman yirvu yimechem. They should have long life. What does that have to do? Oh, you're not following. You're not serious. What does it say?
I'm not looking inside the sand. I'm trying to find that spot, but
Find it.
I'm looking.
Help me. Right? It's coming to teach you. It's coming to teach you that lefahot you have to put 2 parashiyot on your door in order to get the protection. Which means that Korach is saying that 2 parashiyot is the minimum. That if I have a lot of books, I should be
He's
good.
basically saying both arguments are basically, this is just a recommendation, these are the two, like the tzitzit is.
Minimal,
Right,
minimal, and anything more is mutad. Yeah.
What is the?
That line, I need help with.
What is he going to Lemani B'Yimechem?
I don't, Lemani B'Yimechem.
No.
Recommended you put more,
No,
you
there.
get more.
Yeah.
Same thing with chelet, you put one seal, but if you put more to the bag of the whole chelet, you should get more protection. So those were his arguments. That was his argument, in both cases. What the Torah says is just. That's the bare minimum.
So why was the pasuk? Oh, why was the pasuk placed following the mitzvah mezuzah? It's coming to teach you that the minimum requirement of protection. It says lemani b'yimechem, right? So the fact that it says lemani b'yimechem, it's coming to show you that you need to have more. In order to have long life, you need to have at least 2 parashiot. So Korach is saying, if I would have had a whole thing, then my protection should have been even greater. Okay.
Are we gonna get up to why he picked these 2 things, or are we ready to?
Yeah, we have to understand what these mean, and we're about really right now. This is exactly the opposite of how Moshe understood it. Because Moshe is saying that you could only have one strand of tzitzit, of techelet, and you could only have 2 parashiot on mezuzah if you want.
Korach's wisdom, in other words, his ability to understand and be, not to say that it's right, but I'm saying to show.
But if it's wrong, that's not such an ability.
No, but the point is that he's arguing. The point is when you have an argument.
He's using logic.
Right, he's using his logic, he's saying, well, yes, but if you want a little bit of shmirah, so wear one seal. You want more, so let's put, logically, I would say is, let's have more. I'm not saying that he's right, I'm just saying is that in order for someone to have a good argument, at least you have to use your brain a little bit and say, well, I understand what the Torah is, I think I understand. Maybe wrong. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's right.
Korach was a hakam, there's no doubt. There's nobody arguing that. So again, so now you have now we're getting to the reason why I picked these 2. He's saying that Moshe Davka misinterpreted these 2 mitzvot. It can't be that if it's meant to remember all the mitzvot of tzitzit is meant to remember all the mitzvot, then I for sure should be able to put more the better.
What does it say? Ibn Moshe. Hashem tziva oto. What is he saying?
Because he's saying that he understood it wrong. Korach is saying that Moshe understood it wrong, and that's why he brought these 2 same mitzvot.
I understand. I'm saying why here?
You'll see it now. So now he did not come and fight HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Exactly what you were trying to say. Why did you say Hashem? The point is because if he comes and argues with Hashem,
he has to argue on the whole Torah then.
And he has to argue the whole Torah. This way he argues on Moshe.
He's only arguing on
interpretation of how Moshe understood what Hashem was saying.
Right. He's only arguing on these 2 mitzvot, which is how Moshe interpreted these 2 mitzvot.
Then you're not so great, Moshe.
Right, exactly. That's
right. And what? And here, look at this. But before we say why, we're going to say because why these 2 mitzvot were given. They weren't mitzvot gemurot.
These 2 trying to prove that because he's being illogical here, he's being logical in me.
That's exactly what he's going to say. That's exactly what he's going to say. That if you misinterpreted those 2 things, when you must have also misinterpreted when Hashem told you to pick a nasi and you picked the kid from the 4th son instead of the 2nd son. You also made a mistake, and therefore Korah felt the need to say something. It's logical. Yeah, it's logical. It's logical because you're telling me.
David Melech was picked the same way.
Why?
He was the one in the field. His parents didn't care about him. The redhead Gingy is watching the sheep. They're presenting this brother until right, and then he found out this one who's supposed to be anointed. Because brothers could have had the same claim.
Yeah, but nobody argued on the pick. When Shemuel picked him, they accepted. Nobody said nothing.
They were angry. They were pissed. Well, he volunteered.
Who left?
Didn't
He left?
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get a rope and get the boy out.
Didn't David Melech volunteer?
No, that's to Goliath. You're thinking of Goliath. He volunteered to kill Goliath. No, we're talking about when David got anointed, when he got picked.
Who anointed him? What was his name?
Shemuel, the Navi.
Wow.
So, okay, so now again, let's just go back. Why these 2 mitzvot davka? Because they're not 2 mitzvot gimurot. They're ela letuvatan she'Yisrael. They're for our benefit. Why? One is in order to remember the mitzvot, because we all need a nice little, little smack in the face from time to time, okay, to put us back in order, right? And we also need protection. And when you have a mitzvah in front of your house, you have protection. משומחי מצא מקום לומר שאם תהיה השמירה וזכרה יותר גדולה, תפה עדיף. So Korach is saying that if these two mitzvot were meant for my good, then at least what I should, then more the better. Then more books should give me more zechira, more shemira. If I put the whole thing in techelet, I'm going to remember even more. More is better. More is better. More is more. Costco.
Oh, Costco.
Costco, you walk in for a soda, you walk out, you spend $400, you don't know what you bought. ובוודאי לא הבין משה כוונת הקדוש ברוך הוא באלו מצוות וטעה בסברתו. And that's dafka what Korach is saying, that Moshe made a complete mistake with these two mitzvot. He missed the boat. He missed the whole point. But this is for zechira, this is for protection, and it should be more the better. One gun, two guns is better than one gun. Why would I not? Moshe messed up.
That's a bad argument. 2 guns are better than 1.
I said 2 guns are better than 1.
That's true.
50 guns are better than
The
2
other
guns.
statement not.
Meaning, but more zechira, the better. Because I'll get more zechira. I'll get more.
One could think that, but in real life, 2 guns are better than 1.
More programmers on the same
Huh?
project is better.
I'm trying to juggle. No, tell
You
me.
have a bunch of, not even a bunch of numbers for programs.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Okay, so this is the same way. Hey, yo,
I can agree with that comment.
I didn't hear it. You're so cute.
could you just take the good and take out the bad? Because you're smart enough to figure out what I'm trying to say. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about you, sir. I'm worried about what,
Don't worry about what he said. You know what he's trying to say too.
What about yourself?
This is exactly the same way he thought that he was with the picking of the nasi, that he made a mistake also. That Kadosh Baruch Hu told him to pick a nasi from one of the brothers' families, right? וממילא משמע שהגדול ראוי הוא דווקא להיות נשיא ולא הקטון ממנו. However, what's the truth? That's what he thought. He thought that obviously, logically speaking, just like logically speaking, more books in the house would give me more protection, and more tchelet would give me more remembrance. So therefore, the younger guy should be, the older guy should be the nasi. That makes more sense. Logic. Okay? But what the truth is, it's not true. Why? וגם בהיותם של התרי"ג ותכלת, עם כל זה, ציווי המקום דווקא, the commandment of HaKadosh Baruch Hu regarding the תכלת was only one. One string of תכלת only. Not 2, not 8, not the whole beged, not the hat, nothing. Just the hut. Just one patil. Huh? Not 0 either. Set me up for that.
Why do Sfaradim, like real Sfaradim Rabbanim, they tuck the tzitzit inside?
Because we learn uritem oto as to say that your hayuv is during the day. The Ashkenazim, no, uritem oto, when can you see it? You see it during the day. So therefore, the hayuv of the mitzvah of tzitzit is during the day, not at night. Uritem oto for the Ashkenazim, learn it that you need to physically see it. So they have to be tucked out. The Ashkenazim have it. Yes, it does. The pasuk said, why does Faradim tuck the tzitziot in? Because where do we learn the pasuk? Uritem oto uschartem. You will see it and you will remember. Shulchan Aruch says. So you're seeing. What does it mean when you're seeing? It means when you can see. And when can you see? During the day.
But why tuck it in?
During the day you could see. At night when all the lights are off, you can't see nothing. You physically can see in the day. At night, you only see is black.
Why dafka tuck it in?
No, I'm trying to get this point.
Uritem oto means, and you shall see that.
Isn't it also all makim? That it's too much of a light?
So we learn uritem, not that you have to look at this, physically see the tzitziot out.
You have to see it, it's the fact that you can see it during the day.
That you can't see it. When can you see it is during the day. When the sun is out.
What's the do with tucking into this? What's the do with tucking?
Because that's where we learn tzitzit from, this pasuk. Uritem oto uschartem.
Why do you dafka tuck them in?
Because we don't need to tuck them
Arizal
out.
says, Ari HaKadosh says, that's or pnimi. The tzitzit katan is or pnimi. Or pnimi is inside of you.
Yeah.
The talit is or mekif, it's outside of you. That one you see.
That's not peshat.
That's
Yeah.
that's what Ari says.
I understand. That's sod.
There's a story.
But that answers it.
That answers you?
There's a story. A yid
No, it doesn't answer. He's not upset. Look, you made him mad.
A yid walks into a Moshe Shapiro and he's wearing his tzitzis out and he like goes like this. Oh, like too much light. Wow. And he's like, you don't see the Omakif. It's like you meant to cover it. Like, too much.
Why? If that's the way they hold, that's the way they hold.
No, but this guy was announcing his minhag. Having a good day.
You don't have to.
But he's asking why does Fardim Dafka tuck it in?
Because the real question is, why do you guys tuck it out? What do you mean? Hello. The real question is, why do you tuck it out?
No, because we say you have to see it. But he's asking why does Fardim Dafka tuck
Maybe
it
it's
in?
because everyone's a bechina a little bit like not from this world. Like they're already in the Olam Emes, like a little bit. So like when you go to a base Kvaris, you have to tuck them in by Ashkenazim.
No, that's everybody. Yeah.
I know, so I'm saying like maybe people are half asleep, you know? You're not really here.
You have a key to it, you don't have a whole garment?
While you guys are arguing, while you guys are bickering,
at least we're not facing Kvaris.
Yeah.
It's like leaving a zecher the korban in the house.
That's important.
I know. You didn't have to
Okay, so if you look at Hilchot Tzitzit,
come back to this, yeah? Not now.
it'll tell you Zman Tzitzit. Yeah. Laila loves Zman Tzitzitu, right? The Tzitzit not every day. Because it takes away from Uritem Oto, and you should see it. La Rambam. Okay, so that's the machlok that I told you before. Rambam and Rosh. Rambam holds it's about time during the day or during a night, and the Rosh holds it's on the beged. If you wear a beged, any four-corner beged, you put tzitzit on. But Rambam holds that as long as that it's regarding timing during the if it's something that's worn during the day, which is the time, which is the hayuv of tzitzit, then even if you wear it at night, you would put tzitzit on it. But if the other way, you would not. The whole concept is when do you put tzitzit on? So that's first of all you need to know that's a mahloket. That is a mahloket. The Rambam says so because you know the answer, but before the answer came the question. You know, but there's a mahloket between Rambam and the Rosh. When does it come into play? Okay. Hold on. So Uritemoto is basically two things.
See your dates tomorrow.
See you next.
Not 2 days ago.
All right, let's continue. Come on, there's another drush I want to do. So again, let's go back to Korach. Korach, why the question was why did he pick these two? I'll go back to you later. Why Davke these two? Why these two things did he go for? Right. The question was why what were the two things that he went through? Tzitzit and mezuzah. Why did Davka go against Moshe against these two things, tzitzit and mezuzah? How does that have any connection with the nasi, with the position that he wanted? Okay, so he answers because he starts by asking questions. He tells him the tzitzit have to put one strand of techelet. Now, if I put the entire thing of techelet, do I still need to put this silly string on? He says yes. So Korach says, ha ha ha, that's stupid. Okay, well, I have another question.
If I have this,
what do I need that thing on the wall right there? That's something so thin. If I got all this, what do you mean? Don't I get more protection? He goes, no. Because it says, it brings you, it gives you the concept of Shemirah. Shemirah is protection. So if I'm going to get protection just by having two parashiot, cover home, and if I have a whole house full of books, I should also get even more protection. Moshe says, no, you need to have the things also. So the Korach is saying that the logic doesn't make any sense. Logically, it makes no sense. The reason why he picked these two mitzvot is because he's trying to show that he made mistakes on these two mitzvot, which in turn he also made a mistake on picking a nasi, because Hashem just told him pick a nasi. Hashem told him pick a nasi. Moshe says, "Okay, I'm picking a safan." What?
He relies on natural logic as opposed to divine logic.
As opposed to divine logic.
It's a very simple situation.
Exactly.
It is.
You got it.
But
situation.
right.
simple.
So what's the problem?
Proud to ask Korach.
Well, he's
But
just screaming in the middle of the.
Me and you are not smarter than Korach. You can't. Korach saw. What do you mean? Anybody that saw Peres Shekinah. So you have to understand that Korach knew more than us, and it wasn't on a superficial level.
And who told you that?
Logic.
Natural logic.
Okay.
Regular logic or divine logic?
Divine logic. Divine logic. אם קורח שהיה יותר גדול משפן בחוכמה ובבניין, אם כל זה לא רצה בקדוש ברוך הוא, even all this, even though Hashem still didn't want him. Huh?
Nothing.
No, you said something, I'd like to hear
No, I
it.
didn't.
I feel like you want to share it with everyone.
I take back.
You ran out of those.
Take backs.
Okay, we have a rule in my house. We have 3 take backs. Take me backs.
Amazon what?
No, me and my wife.
Oh.
3 take me backs a year.
That's awesome.
Otherwise you get off.
A year. And guess who uses them more than the other?
You.
Negative. I never use my take me backs.
Wow.
Huh?
They roll over.
They do not roll over. There are very specific rules. Okay, so now we understand why Korach Davka wanted to go after these 2 things. Now there's something I really want to go over, which I think is unbelievable. Okay, unbelievable. I'm looking right now where it was. Hold on. Give me this one a minute, please. Because no, it's a short one. We just finished it. We just explained not Dalit. You want to do Dalit?
Pointed out their optional mitzvahs.
What do you mean?
You don't have to put on
You
seats.
do
You don't have
A mezuzah you do. A mezuzah goes on the house.
have to.
Mezuzah goes on the house.
You don't have to.
But
If you don't put a mezuzah on, you just don't have the
Reasoning in the mouth.
no, you have
The
to.
mitzvot are meant to done to protect.
The mitzvot, right? Letovatan, she said. They meant the extra the mitzvot given to us. The
But you could choose not to do that.
what?
Then you're over and saying.
Then you're over Naseh.
Then you won't have
No,
the
the
protection.
see, I don't have an obligation to go out and buy a 4-cornered garment and put it on me. I don't have that. The thing is on the actual garment itself
Why do you do it then?
because it's a mitzvah and I want it.
Well, you just said you don't have an absolute.
So what if I'm not obligated? I don't do it.
You love,
Where's the love?
you love your God.
Relax, man. This ain't Sunday morning.
You
At
love
the...
you love your creator. You love your creator.
Stop it. Sit down. What's the matter
I'm
with
not
you?
obligated to do an oil change every 8K, maybe every 10K. But I'm gonna do it to take care of the engine.
Yeah. No, don't find me. Don't find me. It's true.
Okay, good.
Just because I don't have to.
No, whatever.
No, let me answer you, please.
Answer me.
Thank you, sir. If just because I don't have to do, I'm not obligated to do it.
Okay.
But if I can do it, I want to do it.
Do it.
So I do it. As it says, Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch says about Mayim HaHaronim. Mayim HaHaronim, Chova. Right? Why? Because my Mela Sidomit. Mela Sidomit is salt from Sidom. Today we do not have Mela Sidomit. But yeah, we still have the mitzvah of Mayim HaHaronim. Why? Because Shulchan Aruch writes that because we have a mitzvah and we are not going to throw them out and we love our mitzvot, we continue doing Mayim HaHaronim. It's a mitzvah. Why would you not?
That's still part of the Korbanot.
What?
Korbanot. No, Sodom was part of it, no?
What was part of it?
The Korbanot.
What was part of Korban?
Melech Sodom.
No, not Melech Sodom. No, salt. Got the salt. Yeah. No, Melech Sodom Kol Shehu, I think, by the Ketore.
Ketorah, I mean, yeah.
All right, go to Yud. Everybody go to Yud. Yud. Go to page in English is 357. In the Hebrew it's Resh Mem Hey. Resh Mem Dalid.
Are we having a little break? Because I need to plug in the
Ramad.
phone. Have a little break.
Why break?
I'm stopping the live feed, so we
Why?
can do part 2.
What's the difference? Why do you, can you not write part anymore? Could you just like...
Yeah, it's all one thing, but you know.
Who cares?
Torah break.
Not easy.
Join us for part 2.
By the way, we're very easygoing here. A lot of jokes, but we're very easygoing. It's important because everyone has to know it's a safe place. It's not. We don't judge. We don't do nothing, but we make jokes. Because the standard for everybody, myself included, is here.
Guys.
But we don't always hit the here. You understand? But we.
Zera
Huh?
Shimshon.
There was a Tana that started this every year in the Gemara.
Yes, very good. Actually, I'll tell you right now.
Who was it?
I'll tell you right now.
See, I remember something as a kid. Can't believe it.
Huh?
I
I learn something new all the time.
You know Mary Yehuda?
So I did write. I wrote it down.
How'd you know Mary Yehuda?
I wrote it. I forgot what I wrote it down. But yes, but that's what you know, Yosef. That's what you know. That's what you know. Start your classes. All the Hakamim supposed to start their classes with a joke. The guy, I think it was like Rabba or someone.
Who said it? Rava?
I think it was Rabba. The Gemara.
Good.
Start. I try. But then after that, then it gets serious because it's Torah. But you want to just to say.
Jokes get serious.
Well, the jokes get serious. Yeah.
Rabbi Josh Gordon. He's making sure with jokes throughout the whole spring.
We grew up that way.
So let's hear a joke.
I just said. My father said, "Where's the other 5 points? What am I, a clown?"
Charles, we're getting some feedback here.
Where from where?
I
Shaka, what? What do you got? Fair enough. The answer is yes. All right, did I shout you? After everybody was punished, after everybody was punished, right now we have a Magifah. So you have to know the order. You have Korach coming, okay? Moshe and Aaron ripping their clothes and screaming and crying. Then Moshe tells them, tomorrow come, we'll see what's going on. He goes to the Tam Aviram to try to convince them otherwise. They say they're not coming. Then he goes to the Edah, tells them to come out. Fine.
Wait. Who was Daven Aviram?
Datan and Aviram were 2 troublemakers from the beginning.
Big trouble.
Okay? But the question is, brother, you should know, how did they get Zechut to be who they were? They were big guys. They have guys of authority. You want to hear this? It says in the Midrash. You ready? You okay with this? I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, good. When they had to take, we had a quota, and if we didn't fill the quota, they would tell the taskmasters to beat the people. The Tama Aviram were taskmasters.
They took the lashes?
And they took the lashes. They never hit the Jews. They never hit their brothers. They were terrible people, but they did something good. They took the lashes. So they became, that's how they became where they are. That's how they came where they are. But the Tama Aviram was
It's hard to imagine somebody who's that sensitive and taking upon that and messing it up.
You need to know that it's possible. And you need to, Rabbi Yohanan was the Kohen Gadol for 80 years. Listen to me.
When you hit a breaking point, it turns out.
The Yetzer Hara is with you, the Yetzer Hara is with you until the day you die. Okay? Don't forget it. Don't expect, Sefer Hasidim
can
says,
also always change. Okay, we went to the bad side, we can go back good.
it's
We're
not the
still
point.
breathing.
The point is that when you're on the good side, don't think, okay, I'm sailing.
No, of course not.
That's the point. I'm
As
not
soon as
talking
you
about
do
that.
that's game over.
That's game over.
Well, what does sailing mean? Like
Sailing means, okay, I go to shul every day. I learn twice a day. I do this and that. Okay, so I'll just stay the way I am. Sailing, cruising.
Sailing lasts for 20 minutes.
Smooth sailing.
20 minutes.
It doesn't work that way. The Yetzer Hara is working you. The Yetzer Hara is working you. Rabbi Yohanan was Rabbi Yohanan Kohen Gadol. 80 years. 80 years by Sheni. And he became a Siduki at the end. Do you understand?
How's that possible?
How is that possible? Because if you let yourself slip, you're going to slip. Zera Shimshon says it's like walking at the edge of a river. If you don't see the signs, it's gonna get so bad that when good things come your way, you're not even gonna recognize them as good anymore. You think about it. Think about your own lives. You could get into the deeps of the deep, and
Sounds
then
like a lot of
but you can't see
self-hatred.
nothing. What? What's the smirk?
I'm not saying.
You're smiling, kind of. 80 years.
Okay.
80 years. Well, by the way, excuse me, works both ways. You don't know guys that 80 years have turned good?
Absolutely.
So why can't it go the other way?
They can go the other way.
I was off the cuff, by the way. Right? God forbid.
Is easier? I'm just curious. What is the crowd?
Which one is easier? That's a crazy
Which
question.
one's easier to fall into or to become?
Bad.
It's always easier.
You know why? We're gonna learn it now. Why? We're gonna learn it now. The question, that's a great opening. What's easier? To get better or to become better or to become worse?
Become worse.
Who said? Let's find
Oh,
out.
that's history, baby.
Right. No, it's much harder.
So we're learning.
You're become worse and
Much
worse.
So now,
good.
remember, we said what? Look, we're on Derush Yud. Moshe Rabbeinu tells Aharon, Moshe Rabbeinu tells Aharon to go grab the machta, go do the ketoret, but the word is, listen, veholech mehera, go quickly. That's what he tells him. Holech mehera el ha'edah vechaper alehem. Go quickly to the Edah so you can be mechaperam and do the what's it called? Do the thing. So the Zera Shimshon says, we know that Haron saw what's going on. He's not going. He's for sure he's running. If he sees a fire, he's going to run. You don't have to tell him go run. Why did Moshe still told him, right? Go run. Why? He did it specifically because he told him that the essence of the saving of Bnei Israel now is not going to be from the Ketoret, but it's going to be done because of the zealousness that your heart pumping because you can't.
Dropping like flies.
14,700, I think, is the number.
What are you talking about? For what?
For the Magifa, yeah.
14,000, not 14,000.
What Magifa?
I said 14,000. 14,700.
What Magifa? What are you talking about?
After Korach,
Yeah.
Korach dies.
They're swallowed up.
Okay, everyone gets swallowed.
Right.
And now Bnei Israel come to Moshe and start arguing.
On was saved, yeah?
Oh, on Bepelet, yeah, with his wife. And now all Bnei Israel complaining, look, you killed Am Hashem.
Right.
So, be babu Magifa.
What was the Magifa?
Stop fighting. I don't know. What was the Magifa?
Oh.
I don't know. It doesn't say. It's a good question.
If I were the people to kill it, die.
Huh? Yeah, but Askara or it's different. What was it? It's a good question. I guess it doesn't matter.
So 14,000.
14,000 people. It's a lot of people.
Well, like in a day?
It's more than a fry. For us, 10,000.
No, it's basketball arena is 18,000.
Wow. So he did it to let him know precisely that his zerizut is going to save the people. Not only the Ketoret, but that's what he says. Because that's the real reason how the people are going to stop dying is through you doing this, right? Okay, this is great. You ready? The teva of a person, teva is the nature of a person, is what? Is you have tendencies towards lightness and heaviness. It says lekal ulchaved. Lekal means light, and kaved is heavy. You have tendencies to be on the light side and tendencies to be on the heavy side. What does that mean? It's crazy.
Like people like drama or they don't?
No, not even. Mipnei shehu nolad min ha'adama. The man's born from the Adama, right? You know where he came from, know where you're going. Where afar ve'eped. Vehi yesod he'afar. Shehu kaved. Afar is heavy. Right? And we're made out of afar. That's what we're made of. We're made out of dust and dirt. We're nothing.
That's why we're heavy.
That's why we're heavy. Ve'yesh bo haruach. Right? And we have the element also of ruach, right? Wind. Wind is very light. Shehu noteh lekal kimo esh. Which is light, and it leans towards like the fire. Okay? The ruach, what's the ruach? Is the ratzon. He's explained that there's two aspects of a person. You have the physical part of you, which is the heaviness of you, which is your body, and your body is made out of afar and efed. Then you have your ratzon, your will. Your will is like the wind, light. Okay? What does this mean? You understand? Just to understand. You have your neshama and you have your mind. You have your mind, you have your body. Your mind is what? How heavy is your mind? Not heavy, it's not physical. Your body is physical. I'm like 180. No, man.
Specify it's not kilos.
Oh, right, not kilos. Right, pound. Right. So the ruach, right? The ruach is the ratzon. And what this is something that's talui b'machshava u b'moach. It's contingent on what you're thinking about. A person's will is going to be based on what his thought process is, what he's thinking about, right? That's what he's thinking
It
about.
even represents itself physiologically. When you're feeling down, you can't even move. Every part of you is aching. When you're feeling joy, man, you're skipping through the air.
And it's all based on something that's so light. Kal ruach is your wind. You made a wind, and you have wind. Rambam says everything is made out of four things: or earth, wind, fire, and water. Okay, so ours earth is easy, the body. Wind and fire are connected over here in terms of who we are, like our thought process and our motivation. Our motivation, not a temper, no motivation. And water is we're made out of water. Okay, so just to show you why we're all made out of that, that's fine. But over here, we're focusing on two things. One is efed, that every person is made heavy and out of light. Heaviness is the body, light is the ratzon, okay? Or the ratzon of the person.
Laziness and sluggishness.
I know, we're going to get to that. So I thought he was going to go with that also. But it's tied into it, but it's not. But I thought when I did this one first, I thought for sure, yeah. You're made to be lazy. You're made to take vacations. Yeah. So but he's gonna touch it, but he's gonna go a little different. Okay, so look. So v'hu hadavar hatalu b'mashav good. Asher poel sham behozek haruach asher bekibur. That there's a power of the spirit that's within that he operates. Meaning his motivation. His motivation, which is something that's light because it's from the mind, is able to move something that's so heavy. It moves your body, right? Your body's heavy; it's made out of afad. Your body doesn't move only on the will of what your mind says. And when he does something that's opposite of what he wants to do, his limbs will move sluggishly and perform the task with a heavy nature because he don't want to do it. But his body wants to do it, but his ratzon doesn't want to do it. There's a difference. You understand? You look confused.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can tell by the way you say it. Yan hem because it's without.
Right now, my body is behaving.
That's what it is. That's what it's because your body is using. I love you. Because your body. Buenas noches. So you see that when a person's body is doing something what he doesn't want to do, right? He will move sluggishly, right? Not a lot of power to him, right?
Rotzen, yeah.
Huh?
Your will.
It's all about the will. That's what I said. That's on. That's what I'm saying. That's on. Right? Because when you do something without your ratzon,
which is Gematria Moshe plus the kolo.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ratzon.
Rotzen is Gematria Moshe with the kolo. My wife is Masha with the Aleph, so she's Rotzen Bajuk.
Very nice. Very nice.
Sino also, pipeline.
But when your will, right, when it agrees to do what needs to be done, meaning when your goof and your mind agree to get this done, as will energize the guy's actions, right? And his body will move quickly, and he's going to be swift about it. Meaning, it's crazy. When you want something, you do it right away. Who knows the story about Resh Lakish and Rabbi Yohanan?
Real one?
Huh? Don't yawn, the yawn.
You're jumping on the mountain?
Not mountains, over the river. Not bridge, river.
Oh, with the chick.
River.
Yeah, he thought she was a chick.
River.
Jump off a bridge into the river?
No, he was on one side of the river and he jumped to the other. No, there was just very dangerous. Shachar, you know the story or no?
No bridge involved? Just jumping in the river? It's the same story.
Jumping across the river, over
The
the river.
story is that Rabbi Yohanan was a very pretty man, okay, and he was bathing in the water in the river. Resh Lakish was not Resh Lakish at the time; he was a bandit, he was a mobster.
Yeah, this was my story.
Yes, this is your story.
I was raised like this.
Yeah. And he jumped.
My brother-in-law.
Yes.
In the day,
And he jumped, and Resh Lakish thought it was a woman, so he jumped over the river because he wanted her. He thought it was a woman.
He had long hair.
It was beautiful.
It was pretty.
That beautiful.
Yeah. Does it matter?
And
And when he sees who it was, he made that face. He made that face. And he got all taken aback. And Rabbi Yohanan saw the guy's power. He saw that he's got energy. He saw that he's got Korach. He called to the Torah. And he tells him, he goes, I have a sister that looks just like me.
This is beautiful.
Just as beautiful. Come with me. Come learn with me. I'll give you to marry her.
did he ask her?
He said, yeah.
or-
No.
Are we going to talk about this?
And he said, okay. So, but the Gemara continues. The Gemara continues that Resh Lakish had to go back to the other side of the river, and he couldn't jump back because he didn't have the koach anymore. Because it was like, oh, the moment's over. It's all fake now. So he had to go around the river.
You don't want to
Why? Because the Ratzon wasn't there anymore. When he saw Rabbi Yochanan and he thought it was a woman, he had the thing, he jumped over. When he finds out that it's not a woman and the whole thing was a scam, then he's like, okay, I'm going to go back, and now you have to walk around, you couldn't jump. So same thing when the Ratzon over here.
How big was this jump? Does it get into details?
No, it's not relevant. No.
It was a big jump.
It is a little, you know.
Jump. No, it's not relevant. It's not relevant.
The point is that the Ratzon makes you want to do something like Abraham Avinu with the Achidah.
That's the whole point. When you want to do something, and that's what we're going to talk about, boys. When you want to do something, the very light part of you will be able to move the very heavy part of you. The very light part of you, which is compared to the wind and the fire, which doesn't have a lot of weight, will push, which you're 200 pounds. Leverage will move you. This is why he tells him holech mehera, which means what? Bezrizut. Bezrizut with alacrity, which is the best word you could figure out, because no good word to explain zerizut. But it's going to get great weather. Right? With the goodwill that you have, bring the ketoret, so that we'll be able to atone for them. But do it with alacrity, because through the alacrity, through the zerizut, that's going to be the essence of the segula. That's for the ripwa. That's what's going to save the people. Shehare Aaron haya yirei shamayim. Aaron was yirei shamayim. Right? We have a pasuk. Ki siftei Aaron yishmeu dat. Berit hayta ito va'etenem lo mora va'yiraeni. Right? It says regarding Aaron that the lips of the kohen should safeguard knowledge, and my covenant was with him, peace and life. He had yirat shamayim. Fine. And it says in Tehillim, right? And we say Tehillah every day. Retzon Yereav Yeaseh. The Retzon of the people that are of Yereav, the ones that are afraid of him, fear him, Yeaseh. He's going to do. Which means what? Aaron was a man of Yirat Shamayim. So if Aaron's going to run and do and do this, right? Then Retzon Yereav Yeaseh. Hashem's going to do what he says. Hashem's going to do what he says. Im ken im telech sham bezizut. That if you go into Zeruzut, it's going to be clear that your intention is that you want to save Bnei Israel, and you will surely save them. That's the reason why Moshe tells Aaron, run quickly. Now comes some fun stuff. You ready?
Yeah.
Now comes David and Shemuel and Shaul.
Okay.
How does this concept of zerizut? The zerizut means do something quick, alacrity. When you wake up in bed, by the way, what's the first halakha at Shulchan Aruch? First halakha, itkaber kari, to do what?
Are you talking about when Korach saw in the future
Forget
that
Korach.
Shmuel will come from him?
Nah, forget that. Forget that part. We want Korach now. Yitkaber kari la'amod b'boker la'avodat boro. You should wake up in the morning like a lion, like Tom does, in order to serve God, in order to serve your Creator. Sheyehu me'orer hashar. You should wake up the morning. Nets. You should wake up the morning.
Legend to me.
I'll send you. By the way, I woke up every morning. I wake up and it's a win because I go to sleep late, and I put my alarm clock in the bathroom. I put my alarm. It's Velcroed.
You can't put it out.
What's like 3 in the morning?
2 in the morning. 1 in the morning.
That's not right.
Every day, without napping during the day. I wake up at 4:30.
No, that's not right.
I'm grape juice. Your wine. I'm grape juice.
I agree.
But my grape juice is my wins and my small wins. What do you want me to do?
Moving right along.
You got to make me feel. You got to make the youngin feel good time. You can't beat us down.
You're young.
I got grace. So okay, now let's find out where does Zerizut fill in with Shaul and so we just learned that Zerizut is a point. That Zerizut, right? But when something needs to be done and you do it quickly with alacrity, right? You're showing Hashem that this is what wants to be done, and then it's a zechut. We have a very quick question. Shivat Yamim tohel ad boi elecha. Shemuel tells Shaul, wait 7 days and we're going to sacrifice the korbanot together. Remember? In Shemuel Aleph.
But he doesn't wait.
He doesn't wait.
No.
He waited a little.
No patience.
No patience. The kasher. Ech Shemuel nisa le Shaul. How could Shemuel test Shaul at the beginning when he became king, right? We're telling him to be lazy. He's telling him to wait. Why do we know you're not supposed to pick? You're not supposed to pick a leader that's going to procrastinate. You need a leader that's motivated, action, not a guy that's sleeping, right? So it says here, how could it be that that Shemuel tested Shaul at the beginning of his malchut, right, with the test of holding back and procrastinating, instead of teaching Shaul, first king of Israel, teaching Shaul that you should go full force. Everything's Vayishkem, right? Wake up early. Right, and then not only that, he was punished for not waiting. He was punished for not waiting. His kingdom was taken away from him. Shaul was king.
Punished because he didn't kill the Agag.
Also, but all this happened before. It says Hazita ish mahir bimlachto mipnei melachim yit yatzav. It says in Mishleh. It says, have you seen a person with alacrity with his melacha, right? Which he stands before kings, and he's not going to stand before melachim of men of darkness. Shema mina she'amera tzarich liot zahir v'zariz. That a king has to be careful and zealous, quick, not quick, motivated. You understand? Doing things with motivation. Shema mina she'amelech tzarich liot zahir. Okay, usvara naminot, and logic will tell you that a person who sees isker abim, the things of the future, okay, better late than never. Sarich leizdarez u'pakeach alehem. He has to act with diligence in order to he's got to be. If you're going to put someone on top of you, what does every politician? What does they say? Time for reform. We're going to change this. We're going to change this. We're going to do all these different things. We're going to change everything. That's what they scream. They're going to change it. Why? Why? Because when you pick a leader, Shlomo, when you pick a leader, Zeb, you want to make sure that you're picking a leader that's moving, not a guy that's resting and doing nothing.
America, come on.
Don't make dumb jokes. What?
Man of action.
It better be good. I'm going to give you another chance to say the joke again. It better be good.
You didn't hear me. There's a comment.
So the question is, Jesse, we'll review. We have a pasuk. This week's Parshat is Korach. Moshe tells Aaron, go quickly. This is yours? Oh. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay.
Go quickly.
Tomorrow, that he tells him, go quickly to bring the matan, do the Torah, so the Magyefa could stop. So why did he tell him to go quickly? To show you that because even if he didn't say go quickly, he still would have went quickly. And the answer is what? That he's teaching Aaron that the source of the salvation is going to come from the fact that he's zariz to do the mitzvot. He's doing it because to help save Bnei Yisrael from dying. So that's what's going to be. His heart's pounding. He's rushing. He's running. And that's what he's going to do. And we know, by the way, when it says that when he got the Pesukim prove that the Malach HaMavet was, because it says Aaron was standing between the living and between the dead. Why is it mentioning that? Because the Malach, that's after, because the Malach, because he said stop, no more killing. So Moshe Rabbeinu said no more killing. He goes, you're telling Moshe, I come from God. God's word told me to go. What are you telling me the other? What are you telling Moshe? Moshe's Basavadav. He goes, Moshe doesn't do anything that's not Piyah Gevurah. Anything that comes from Hashem, that's what Moshe says. And what does he say? He goes, well, I don't believe you. So let's go to Olim Moed. They go to Olim Moed, and they see it, and then that's when the Magepah stopped. And you know what the name of the Magepah was? No, Magepah. The name of the Magepah was Magepah. How do you know?
The name of the hurricane was Hurricane.
How do you know?
Not
Because if you look at the pasuk, where was it?
Gladys, yeah.
It was Abid Yaakov. It was in. No, I'll show you. I'll tell you because. I'll tell you no because.
Was that the first?
Look, it says Vayamod ben Hametim uben Ha'ayim, Vate'atzar HaMagepah. The Magepah stopped. Good. Vayu Hametim b'Magepah. The death of the Magepah was 14,700. Right? Milevad, besides the ones that died from Korach. Then it says, Vayashav Aharon el Moshe el Petach o el Moed ve'hamagefa ne'etzara. Why does it say twice? Ne'etzara. Ne'etzara means stopped, ceased. But it said it in the beginning of the end of the first pasuk. It says, remember, Vayamod ben hametim u'ben ha'chaim. He stood between the living and the dead. Ve'te'atzar ha'magefa. Right? And it stopped. It says here the plague was checked. Interesting. Checked and stopped. Call it stopped. Right. But then it says after Aaron goes to Petach Oil Moed, the opening of Oil Moed, then it says V'hamagefa ne'etzara. The Magefa stopped again. Why say twice? Because when the Aaron was in between the dead and the living, Aaron sees the angel and says, no more. No, Moshe said stop. No, I come from God, not Moshe. No, Moshe only says something from God. Okay, let's prove it. No more killing until we talk. They did like a timeout. The Magefa did not touch anybody else till they went. Vayashav Aaron el Moshe el Petach o el Moed. And then the Magefa, the Malach sees that Moshe got confirmation about Moshe from the Oil Moed. Then it says again, the Magefa ne'etzara. The Magefa left. We're good. Okay, you understood. You understood. Look, it's crazy. You got to look at it. Look. No, you got to look at inside. It is.
Fantastic.
Show it to him.
I love it.
Show him what's it called. Show him all the highlights. So, okay, you understand? So that's the case that we're talking about now. So now we showed that through zealousness is the key. Good. Now we ask a question. We say, what about, you see it? It's amazing. Then we ask a question about, Shemuel tells Shaul when he first became king, wait 7 days and then until I get there, and then we're going to give the thing together. We're going to do the korbanot. And the question was, why would he test Shaul with something that why would he test Shaul? Why would Shemuel test Shaul with something that would require him to withhold himself? He should be teaching him zariz to move forward and do things, right? And even more, when Hakadosh Baruch Hu by himself tests David HaMelech, it says Pasuk says, "Lo ta'aleh hasev el acherehem." And Hashem said, don't go directly up regarding the Philistine. He says, circle around them, right? And wait till you hear noise in the trees, and that'll be a siman for me for you to go. And the mulberry trees. Remember the mulberry trees? So what does Hashem tell David? He tells him, go to the side around the corner, wait there, and when you hear that you're right, that's the sign to go.
To go where?
To go and fight the Philistine.
Okay.
What?
Two guys. Give him his armor bearer.
Right. What was his name?
I don't know his name.
Neither do I.
Just two people.
Just two people against the entire.
So the question was, why, when Hashem first wanted David to be lazy by stalling the attack, when he should have been, only after did he wait, did he tell him to move quickly? And also, you have to look at the difference between Shaul and David. Shaul was tested by waiting at the beginning of his melucha, right? When David wasn't tested, only after he already started to wage war. Strange. Shemuel, the Navi, tells Shaul, wait for me 7 days in the beginning of his kingship, wait 7 days, and I'm going to, right? We'll do the thing together. David's different. David, he went straight into battle, but Hashem said, wait. It's just the opposite. I know, wait. But he has a sword, okay, I'm pulling back. Why? But it's a good question. What's going on?
I understand. Sorry.
There's two things. You have Shaul. We just learned the importance of zerizut. Shaul was tested in a way.
Well, told him wait a week.
Yeah. And he did not wait. But yet,
that was at the beginning of his Mukhar. And at the end of David, in the middle of his Mukhar, Hashem says, wait. Why should he tell David?
In the middle of the melucha?
Yeah.
What's the difference between the beginning or the?
That's exactly what he's asking.
That's what I don't understand. What was the
That's
point?
the question.
So okay, and then David, he tells him to go into what? What?
Your wife shouted out Jesse.
No, I'm not doing that again. No, you got it once. That's it. You want to take my Tesla for the summer? I'm not gonna be here.
Oh yeah, great.
I told you, where's seat?
I don't even drive.
We're arguing. We're
That's why-
negotiating.
that's why I
You're a horrible negotiator. Because you didn't even talk. I gave you something on the table and you just. No, Emmett. Whoa. Tesla's in the shop. All right. I said, I don't want to be the uncle. Everyone heard the stories where the nephew calls the uncle and says, oh, I messed up the car. You know, like, I don't want to be that uncle. I don't want to be the uncle. I don't want to be the uncle.
Especially when you're away.
It's better when I'm away. That's why I don't need the car. It'll fix it and it'll come back. It'll be normal. All right, it doesn't matter. It's not relevant. So what do we learn? It's okay. These are the two questions about David and Shaul. We're clear? Good. So now.
Wait a second, I'll take this reverse.
Aliyah writes. Can't get it out.
I'll talk to Stephanie.
V'yesh lomad. She'emru zichron. So the Hakamim said in Masechet Yomah. It says, Ben Shana Shaul leMolcho. This is beautiful. The pasuk says, Ben Shana Shaul leMolcho, which means Shaul was a year old when he reigned. That's the way the pasuk. Like if you just read it, that's what it sounds like. Which means, well, it doesn't mean he was 1 year old when he was king. What does that mean? Keben Shana Shelo Ta'am Het. He was like a 1 year old who did not taste sin. Shaul, by the way, you should know, it says in Moed Katan, Ted Vav, okay, Dav Ted Vav, that Shaul was better than David. Shaul was better than David, and not only that, but where David writes, Shigayon le David, when he's talking about that he saved him from his enemies, Hashem says, oh, you think you're so tough? If Shaul was you, bless you, and you were him, I killed 7 of you to save one of him. That's what he says. I killed
David.
Yeah, to save one Shaul.
Who says this?
Hashem in the Gemara. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, what are you acting like you saw whatever? If Shaul was on the run and you were chasing him, I'd kill 7 of you to save one of him. Everyone gives Shaul a mid rep.
What was the favor? What was the favor in God's eyes for Shaul?
Shaul was amazing. Shaul, look, we just said, what?
The conflict of interest here.
Why?
You're protecting your namesake.
I can't help but rain. So it says that Shaul, the pasuk reads on 360 on the bottom. Shaul, it says, Ben Shana Shaul leMolcho. Pasuk says that Shaul was a year old when he was king. It's interpreted to mean, the Gemara and Yoma explains, Ke Ben Shana Shelo Tam Het. That Shaul became king when he was pure, like a 1 year old. He never tasted any type of sin. And it also says at the end of the Gemara and Sotah that the Hakamim taught that Zerizut mevi'ah lidei nekiyut, which is famous, which is what the Zerizut will be brought with nekiyut. And then Mefashim explained that nekiyut. What does nekiyut mean? Nekiyut means clean from all sin. But you know what nekiyut? Since we're saying nekiyut, you know what it means? Zehirut. What does zehirut? Being careful. What does being careful mean? Being careful not to do mitzvah lo taseh. That's zahir. Being careful. I'm careful not to turn the light on Shabbat. I'm careful not to go on my phone on Shabbat. I'm careful not to drive. I'm careful not. Zerizut is I'm waking up early to go to shul.
Right.
I'm making sure to put my tefillin on. Making sure to put my tzitzit on. It's mitzvot aseh.
Interesting how they're very similar words, huh?
Zerizut, zeirut. Nekiyut is what? Nekiyut is zeirut and zerizut are band-aids. Meaning, yeah, you like that one, right? Why? Because your job, there's 2 aspects. Stay away from bad and do good. What does that mean, stay away from bad and do good? It means that with being careful and with doing things with alacrity, there are things you need to stay away from because your Yetzer Hara will get the best of you. Right? Normal. Nikiyut is subduing the Yetzer Hara so much You don't even desire it anymore. That's nikiyut.
You said it's impossible before.
It is not impossible. When did I say that?
You said before. You
never
can be
leaves you.
rocking.
I said the word subdued. It could be subdued enough that you don't even feel the desire anymore.
What does subdued mean?
It's a smaller dude.
Smaller dude. So much. But that's what Zera Shimshon says at the end of that. That's a sadiq. That's the definition of a sadiq. When he hits, what? You good or no?
You're saying when he's subdued.
Explain to him
He's subdued.
about what you said.
Okay.
He's put down like where it's not.
There's There's parts of you that want to do good, right? But there's also parts of you that make you not do the same good, right? So as you get older, you're gonna learn to work on yourself.
You gotta
And
bring
you-
Zami here. I mean, he's doing good. He's singing here, no?
Don't be so sensitive. What are you so sensitive for?
I'm proud of him.
You think in the army, by the way, you think in the South they say we're proud of you?
My
No,
son
man.
comes on.
So you're gonna learn throughout your life that you're gonna learn to do things that will stay away from bad things, stay away from bad people.
It's not enough. You gotta do things.
But in order for you to do, and then you're gonna with that you're gonna grow. As you get older, you're gonna learn, and if you think, because if you're too busy working, you're not gonna think all the time, day and night. You ain't gonna have time to think, right? You need time to think. The Yetzer Hara's number one thing is keeping you busy. When you're lying down, not even more than that today, when you're lying down wanting to relax, and we're like this on our cell phones now. Why do I need to relax with my phone?
Give me, I'll smash it for you.
Yeah, where's your phone? Give me.
Listen, 2 days ago I went to visit a friend of mine that he had these two little like little screens because they catch internet and everything. And my son told him, could I have this one? The white new one? He said, no, you could have the black one. It's an older one. My son took it home. Before I knew it, he connected to the Wi-Fi and he's like watching all this stuff. And we just learned he had homework on Mishnayot. We're doing some Mishnayot. And the second we're done the Mishnayot, he jumps on this little black screen. I said, you see how to sit Akra? We were sitting here learning Mishnayot. It was a good energy. And now look, we're now stuck this. I said, let's smash it. He's like, come, let's smash it. I promise you.
No.
1 second, I promise you.
It.
Listen,
you smashed
and
it.
I smashed it.
No.
We took a knife, our biggest knife from the kitchen.
No.
We started hitting the screen. It wouldn't break. I told him, look, you see, it's Amalek. It's Amalek. Achi, the knife cracked in half.
No. Impossible. Did you video it?
My wife,
Did
my
you
wife
video
couldn't
it?
believe the next day. We told her the knife, the big knife, the meat knife, cracked in half.
You still have it?
They make it with
You
special
still have
materials.
You
It's
still have that
Sitra
knife?
Akra.
You still have that knife? Do you still have that
The
knife?
brand is called Amalek.
You still have that knife?
We threw it. It's in the garbage. I threw it yesterday. I didn't save it as a souvenir.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say the story over, but now I'm just telling you.
Unbelievable.
And then they cracked the tiny bit of the screen, and then it was finished. We threw it in the garbage. But it
Wow.
doesn't matter. It's not like we're kosher tzaddikim. We still have iPhones and internet.
Unbelievable.
But at least I don't have it in my pocket.
Unbelievable. I
At
got
least I have it in my
chills.
pocket.
You know, I'm gonna go take all my kids'
Don't come
iPhones
with
and
me
do the
for a
same
walk.
thing.
Brother,
I'm
don't
gonna
come
make sure
with
the
me
knife
for a
don't
walk.
break. My knife won't break.
Don't take a walk with me on the wild side. You want a computer with internet? Put it on your.
All right, so back to Arignan.
Don't come with me on the bus for a ride. I'm going to Kollel. I'm driving to Kollel. I got an iPhone like last year. And I'm on the way to Kollel in Jerusalem during the Corona. All the stores shut down, no work, nothing. I went to Kollel. Suddenly gave me an iPhone. I'm like on the way to Kollel. Every minute, the iPhone's like sending me something. I'm like, what's this? I'm going to Kollel with this? Anyways, a friend of mine sends me a Pirsomet. Click this, you're going to win a Toyota. I click the thing. Before I know it, every day they're sending me like not sneeze women. I press delete.
Not Toyota.
Delete. 1 week, 1 day.
Tom,
2 days.
hey, that ain't a Toyota. That's not what a Toyota looks like.
1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I said, oh yeah? This is already Erev Yom Kippur 2 years ago. I said, yeah? Bye-bye. Took it out, the battery. And now I go with this. Not that I'm a big tzaddik. There's just no more room. There's no more room in the garbage can. Understand? No more room in the garbage can.
I would love to get one. I'm not even kidding. Why? What's the difference? Am I lacking anything? Thank God. What do I need a phone for? If it wasn't for, I don't have an Israeli phone number.
I know. What's up with that, man?
I don't want anyone calling me. I'm serious.
What's the difference?
I don't want anyone calling me.
Nobody calls anybody in Israel.
You know why? Because I'll tell you the truth. You want to know why? Because when I'm downstairs and I'm learning and I hear my wife answering the phone, and then it's for me, and I didn't answer. I'm learning. Smile. I don't take that phone call. What?
9mm.
I don't have. We're not a gun family. We're not gun people. I don't have guns. But surprisingly, right? So anyway, so let's understand what's going on. But that really is $1 million story.
Last night we did.
That's $1 million. You don't understand. That's $1 million story. That is $1 million story. And that's what I said. Where's the knife? We go throw it out.
Should have bring it in a souvenir to show you. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it, crack.
Put it there. You should throw it here like Sistra's head. Like Sistra's head.
That he killed, you gotta throw the sword that you kill with. You do the punishment with. You gotta throw out the sword.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like any
It's
like
gross.
a stone.
No, Charles.
All right, so listen.
Charles, Hashem's gonna come and like saying, "Anochi Hashem Elokecha," and the skies are gonna open up. And people are gonna go on their iPhones to see. They won't even hear Hashem talking to them. They're going to see on the screen what happened.
We go out to eat, and everyone's taking pictures of the food. No one's eating the food.
Yeah.
Promise. It's sick. I'm sorry, that's sick. And I'm sitting there in disgust. I'm sorry. I like to look at things in a good way, but I can't do it anymore. I'm dichit. I can't handle it. I can't.
Wish this was the worst.
What? No, we're all together. She wants to go out for a family thing. You want to go out for a family thing, but everyone's on their phones?
I was in the Baba Salih's yard side, Baba Salih's Hilula.
Sure.
There's a guy there, he's like telling people, come, if you throw away your iPhone here, we'll give you a kosher phone here. And you see, he's like, yes, he's Ramkolim and all this stuff, and like this guy, there's like, and there's a guy, and this one guy came, he get a thing, but he has like a whole list of people that he got off the thing.
He did?
Yeah, he got them out.
It's amazing. At some point.
Amazon.
At some point in your life, you realize that it's poison. At some point in your life.
Albaz just joined.
Oh,
Got Albaz.
Where's the
Gad Albaz, the singer?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. You understand? At some point, you realize that it's disgusting. It's poison. It's poison. Rabbi Shlomo Katz says, "What's the back of the phone?" Apple. A bit of.
It's a dot.
It's a dot. It's a bite of it. It's a bite.
He checked it 5 times.
Tom, you helping or you're hurting? You helping or you're hurting? Don't hurt. You help. All right, let's get back down here. Come on.
I'm hurt, baby. Zrizut.
All right, so why did Shemuel test Shaul this way? Because what? This is very important. He tested Shaul because Shaul was always Zadi's.
Why they connect?
Look at that! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Holy cannoli! Come on, my phone's always on vibrate.
Yeah.
It just went on ring.
Shoot it.
And it just went on ring, and I got a text just now. Look, drivers now. You see the word now?
What does it say?
Drivers now. You see the now?
No.
To disrupt us.
Who are the drivers?
I got a text when the drivers clock in. I got a text, so I know they're in.
Let's
I
go
can't
live
see
on
the
the
drivers.
let's go live on the YouTube bots.
Sit down. Sit down, will you?
Live on YouTube.
So you know what? So look at the what it says. It says that he was 1 year old. What they did not taste head, and it says at the end, Zerizut brings you to Nikiyud, and Shaul Shaya lo Nikiyud. Shaul had Nikiyud. He was Sadiq, right? Bevadai, if he was a Sadiq already, listen. If he was Sadiq, he already acquired the midah. Wow. I never saw you out this late. Shaul, who never tasted a sin, okay? Who now, Shaul was when he first became king. The pasuk says Ben Shana Shaul lemocho. Chapter 13, pasuk 1. How do you explain that pasuk? Ben Shana. Okay, no problem, buddy. I got you covered. You want to make fun of me? I'll take care of you.
He is named Shaul, so
13.
They don't connect.
I used to get,
Korach for no reason.
what's it called?
yeah, Shaul is a descendant, isn't he? No?
I used to get text messages, I used to get the text messages from Tom saying, oh, I don't understand how to work this phone. Oh, come out, like the whole thing would come out. Because I don't think he knew, he didn't realize. Okay, so the Pasuk says, Ben Shana Shaul lemocho ushte shanim malach al Yisrael.
Shmuel is the descendant from Korach.
Shemuel was a descendant, not Shaul. So muftarizes your whole thing. You said you tried to make fun of me to say that Shaul was the link of Korach, but it's not Shaul. It's Shemuel. And we know Shemuel was equivalent to Moshe and.
Fine.
But he's
Shaul is another story.
No, my friend. I'm sorry.
No,
my friend.
I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, let's go. So the question is, well, why is he white? Why? What you have nothing to base that
Why
on.
are they connecting?
Next week, Mordechai is going to be teaching.
With Korach.
Why connecting Shaul? We're not connecting Shaul with Korach.
Yeah, they are.
No, we're not.
Right here.
No, we connected the fact of Aaron being Zariz. No, the thing was, excuse me, listen. When it has nothing to do with Korach. We started by talking about Aaron. Moshe telling Aaron, go run quickly. Why run? Listen, why run quickly? Because to show that the alacrity is the source that's going to make the Magepah stop. That's where this comes from. It does not come from Korach at all. Then when we
But go ahead.
Okay. Then when Zera Shimshon says, now that we understand this, we can understand the difference between Shaul and David versus how Shemuel tested them. Shemuel told Shaul, wait 7 days for me to come, and I'm going, and we're going to go shech the animals together. We're going to give the korbanot together. Question is, why would Shemuel test Shaul with something so to slow down, to stop? That's not a good lesson. You should be teaching him to go forward.
Yalla.
Yeah, yalla, imshi, as Jiddo would say. Remember that? Imshi. You know that or no? You're too young. You're like,
yeah, the Tom the Rebbe always says, go forward, go ahead.
Go forward, you go.
Right.
So then why would Shaul be tested with stopping? And David, who went to go fight the Pelishtim, Shemuel tells him go, but then tells him to wait, and then wait to hear some of the bushes, shaking, and that's going to be the siman to go. Why did he do that? Where it was more Zariz, stop, and then Zariz again. Why? It doesn't make sense. So we're explaining now Shaul, we know is Sadiq. Huh?
Makes total sense.
You said 7 minutes ago it doesn't make sense. That's a good question. You literally, those were the words that came out of your mouth. I said, oh, good. Yeah, that's right, moving right along. That's 100% right. So now we know we have a Gemara in Yoma that says what? That Ben Shana Shaul Emocho is to show you that what? That Shaul was pure and he didn't taste het like a 1-year-old, like a tinok, right? And we know that in order to we know that he also acquired the level of nikiyut, which means cleanliness. And if he acquired the level of cleanliness, he already acquired the level of alacrity, zerizut, right? Therefore, Shaul did not need to be encouraged or taught to do anything with zerizut. He needed to be taught to slow down. Shaul needed to be taught, wait 7 days and we're going to do it together. Because you need to know when and how you're going to use your alacrity. When and how, by the way, other proofs. Nadav and Avihu, they wanted to go, right? They went in to the Kodesh Kodashim, offered an Esh Zara, a foreign fire, and they got killed. Why did they do it? Because they wanted to re-experience what they did at Har Sinai. So because they did that, they did it at the wrong time, but they wanted to go quick.
They did Keturah at Har Sinai? No,
they received the what they saw, the Shekhinah, the feeling that they had at Har Sinai. They wanted to recreate. They wanted to recreate it. So they tried to recreate it, but they did it in a wrong way. Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean it's not true. I'm just saying. That's fair.
Good news. We got feedback about the shorts that we put up, and people are liking them.
Oh, glad.
He did it on the group. Gave a heart.
Heart. I got a heart.
Blue heart.
What, the shear this week?
No, he does a little like
What
short.
does a blue heart mean? I've always wondered.
Who cares? Can we get back to what we're talking about? So Shemuel was trying to teach Shaul when to use your alacrity. He already had alacrity. Alacrity means, look, the right way, really, by the way, it's a very good question. What does alacrity mean? No, but you need to know what it means. To say I have no idea is not fair. You owe it to yourself to know the answer.
I don't have any idea what it means.
So let's figure it out.
Okay, we'll look it up.
So there's no one word that will describe zerizut.
Okay.
There's no one word that will describe it. Not even. Alacrity means motivation. It's motivated, energized.
Speed means
fast.
Be fast.
But it's not just fast. Like that's not fast. No.
No,
I'm fast to do the mitzvah.
With mindfulness.
Excited to do the mitzvah. That's zerizut. If God said to do something and you do it, the more alacrity you do it with, look, Rabbi Busu, okay, which is Rav David Busu, okay, who passed away, okay, who I think every day since he passed, I only met him once, and I know his two sons, Rav Shlomo Busu and Rav Moshe Busu, who I'm close with, I'm friendly with, who I don't talk to that much, but he's on my mind all the time. Yes, his brother, correct. It's the other one, right? I'm both. Okay. And they are the grandson of the Baba Sali. Okay. Grandsons of the Baba Sali. Okay. He said when at the Levaya they were crying over. He was 90 years old. They were crying as if the guy was 50. Wow. Do you understand? I was there. Me and Jerry. Why? Because the Baba Sali called him a Hasid. The David Abu Hatzera was there. He went to Jerusalem to the Levaya. It's unheard of. He was there and he spoke first. And he said that the Baba Sali called him a Hasid. Why did he call him a Hasid? Because everything that he could. I had his granddaughter, by chance, stayed by us for Shabbat. And she told us that one night at 2:00 in the morning, she comes out to get water. She was staying by her grandfather's house, and he's crying on the floor saying Tikkun Hatzot. He's 80 years old, she said. Sitting on the floor, tears, crying, crying about the Beit HaMikdash. He was in a coma. Well, I heard this from her son, Rabbi Moshe.
Oh, with the...
No. He was in a coma for 3 days. He gets up and he goes, what day is it? What time is it? What time is it? Is it morning? Is it night? What time is it? He goes, no, it's night. Night? Tikkun Hatzot. Give me Sidur. Quick. Right away. Mitzvot. What?
You always
read from the Sidur. Always, good question. Always learn from the Sidur. Always read from the Sidur. My father will not read if it's not from the Sidur. My father will not read.
What if he's about to miss his man?
I saw my father myself. No, that you do. Okay. But I saw my father myself in shul getting an aliyah, not starting until they found the plaque that has the Hashem Yimachem on it. Right? Rabbanan Berachot Hashem Yimachem.
I think that's great.
The whole shul's 100 people, 75 people, waiting for him to find me the thing, bring it to me. It's there. It was on the thing. It's at the party. He wouldn't start. It was saved for the book.
Really?
Everything. Of course, he knows it. My father finished Shas twice. He knows it. God bless him. He knows it. You won't read before. Hasid. These things are Hasid above and beyond. We wear tzitzit. Why? Because it's a mitzvah. I don't care if I'm obligated. I want to do it. What do you mean? It's money. I don't have to make more money. I want to make more money. I'm going to try to make more money. I'm going to do it, right? I value. It's what you value. The Hasid values the mitzvot. And Shaul, and you understand, that's the whole concept. How much do you value the mitzvot? The more I value, if I value going to shul the same way that I value waking up early to make a flight to go to Cancun or Mexico or Tel Aviv or, I don't know, Elat or whatever, right? Then I'd wake up with the same alacrity.
Okay, moving on with Shaul.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, yes, sure. Yeah. More. By the way, that's the word to describe alacrity. When a person wakes up for a flight, they're going on vacation, and they jump out of bed and they're thinking, should I wear my clothes on the night before, just sleep in my clothes so I don't be late for my flight? Or should I just stay up all night? Come on, right? That's the definition of alacrity. Because he went to Greece. He went to Greece with his friends. What do you mean? Okay, but everyone else does. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right? Dave? Sash?
Or snowboarding.
Doesn't matter. It's you wake up with that desire, that fire. Doesn't matter how little sleep I got that I will. If I miss this mitzvah, it's final.
No, I know, but if you miss the minyan, okay, so I'll go to the Lubavitch one.
No.
At 8.
No, because I could have did it earlier.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that
Okay.
that's also.
Fine. Okay. So now back to Aryan.
Okay.
So now Shaul says so Shemuel is showing Shaul. Shaul by definition was already full of alacrity. Shemuel is showing him now that you're going to be a king, you cannot just be only full of alacrity. You need to know when to use it. Wait for me 7 days until I get back. Even though you want to give and then what did he do? He gave the korbanot before Shemuel came. You're not ready. You're out. Lost his kingdom.
That's not the reason you lost the kingdom.
Excuse me. It says over here.
Nope.
Hold on.
Nope.
There's multiple.
I'm sorry.
There's multiple
That's
reasons.
not the reason you lost the kingdom.
There's multiple reasons.
Well, there may be multiple reasons, but there's one reason. He said the kingdom is torn from you.
Because you tore my cloak. Because you tore my cloak.
That.
Because Shemuel. Because he tore Shemuel's jacket.
Because why?
He didn't kill Agag.
He didn't kill Agag.
Amalek.
Agag, and he didn't kill.
That's why you have
all the
iPhones today.
rest of the
And that's why you have
people,
iPhones
and
today,
he
'cause
left
they
the
didn't kill
animals
Agag.
alive, and he left the women and children
If
alive.
that was true, if that was, I agree.
Everybody go.
So I have a question. So then, if that's true, why didn't Shemuel say that?
That's exactly what he said.
No, he didn't. He said it after Shemuel turned around to walk out, and Shaul grabs him. No, I'm sorry. He says it when do not do that. Shame on you. No, not the old elders. You just listen. Shemuel turned around. Shemuel turned around, said what he said, then turned around to walk out. And then what did Shaul do? Grabbed onto the jacket and ripped.
No, and ripped is.
It's a question. What did he rip? Who ripped what? Okay, but the point is that that's when Shemuel says, just like you rip my jacket, you're gonna rip my. So it's not.
It's been ripped from me. Okay, fine.
So you understand? Now it's all of a sudden it's okay.
But that was the reason.
Okay, but moving right along.
That's why it's connected with Korach, because Korach used his intellectual understanding. Shaul used his intellectual.
He didn't.
He said, no.
He didn't.
Kill every. Yes, he did. Exactly. You kill every.
You know why?
That don't make no sense. Because we can save him, ransom the king. We can take the women and children and.
Where does it say that in Pesukim?
The livestock.
Where does it say that?
It's
No.
right there.
No, can I tell you why? You know, I'll tell you.
That's crazy.
Can I tell you? I'll tell you.
Tell me.
There's another difference between Shaul and David. Shaul.
I'm not talking about David. I'm talking about Korach and
Korach and Shaul. But Shaul did not kill Agag. Did not kill Agag and the son of Bakar and the women. The son of Bakar specifically. Listen to me. Who wanted the son of Bakar? Not Shaul. The people wanted it.
Okay, fine.
Let me finish my sentence. No.
But intellectually,
listen
he uses intellect.
In Arabic, it's called smart. Listen to me. In Arabic, it's called smart. It means listen.
One thing. What I think is something else. Korach,
Shaul was 6'2", a good-looking guy. Excuse me, I'm answering you. You're not letting me answer. Shaul was a crowd pleaser. David didn't know who his father was. He knew how to stand up for what's correct. Shaul did not. They want the son of Akkad. All right, give it to them. It's okay. He never had that type of challenge. Well, you already did. Okay, so that's why now let's go to David.
Did he change that at the end? Did he change that about himself at the end? Was he able to stick up for what he believed in?
Who?
Shaul, rather than be a people pleaser?
No, he lost his kingdom because of that. That's the end. Kill Agag.
Then Shmuel Anavi and Vaishasef Shmuel et Agag. The Rav told me in the Rova that what's Vaishasef? Thin pieces of meat. You have to cut them because Amalek. You have to cut thin. Don't just shecht him and bury him. You have to cut him thin, Amalek.
Entrecôte, dark.
All right, now what about David? Now we learned about Shaul. What about David? So HaKadosh Baruch Hu aside David. Lepi David David wasn't as zariz as Shaul was. I'll prove it to you. Show your bones. I'll prove it to you. Right? And he wasn't free of sin as Shaul was. Therefore Hashem waited to see his actual zerizut in the first war. And when he told him to go, he tells him to go, and when he sees that he went at the exact moment that he told him to go, which means he did it, which he did exactly what he was supposed to do, right? He impressed upon HaKadosh Baruch Hu that through his test. No, I'm sorry. One second. Because Zariz, when Hashem saw that David has this midah of zerizut, he showed him through a test that zerizut is not always good, because he tells him go, then hide, then go. Right. So he tells him go. He wants to see. Hashem tells David, "You're going to fight the Philistine." Tells him go.
By the tree thing, right.
Right. So now David's okay. Beauty. He goes. Now Hashem says, "Okay, now," because he wants to see if he really has the zerizut, if he really has that motivation, that alacrity, that quickness. Once he does, okay. Now hide behind the bushes, and I'll tell you when to go. He wants to see if he's actually, meaning you have to be fast and stop.
Yeah.
2 guys.
And then go again.
2 guys.
And go control.
To go when Hashem tells you to go. When Hashem tells you to go.
Control. But is he going to be controlled? Or is he going to control his emotions or not? Is he going to let it go out of whack or not? That's the difference.
Not only that, will he still have the same zizut after waiting there 20 minutes, half hour, 2 hours? I'm going, dude. Chill.
That's true, but big time I'm winning. 2 guys?
That's a different ma'ala. Yes, agreed.
The point is,
but we're not focusing on that.
For Hashem's green light.
We're not talking about. It's not wrong. It's 100% true. But we're focusing on the fact that Hashem tested to see, but to show him that you want to show you being zariz beautiful. Use it in the right time. Just because you want to do it doesn't mean you should. It has to be thought out if it's the right thing or not. We're almost done. This is how we could say, we can learn the double lashon that we said it twice, right? We said, I think it was in Mishle, no? We said.
It's twice. It says, one time it says, She'im mityatzeb lifnei melachim.
Right. Go ahead, say it. That's it.
Will end up working by the king.
He's going to end up what? The dark
people. He won't be in front of dark people.
Dark people. What is a dark people situation? What does that mean, dark people?
You know what I mean.
She says, oh my God. Right, if the guy is going to be in front of kings, it's obvious he's not going to stand in front of men of darkness, which, what does that mean? He's going to explain now. Yeah. Right? So it would have been enough just to say, Hazita ish mahir bimlachato lifnei melachim yityatzeh betrulo. It would have been enough to say, have you seen a man with zerizut in his work, and he will stand before kings?
Not enough. Not enough to be zariz.
You don't have to say that it's...
Not enough to be zariz. You have to know that your zrizut is going to be only when Hashem wants you to do it, and then you won't become in front of the chashuchim. You'll only be in front of Hashem, lifnei melachim yityatzeh. Because you have to know when to do the zrizut. That's why I need 2 psukim.
Well, the first question, it could have just said that he's zariz, he's going to be in front of kings, and have a nice day. That's what we're up to now. That's what we're up to. And we're all, guys, 5 minutes and we're out. 5 minutes. Come on, boys. What? So the Zera Shimshon is going to explain what's dark people.
Can we do this last 5 minutes as a review also?
Anything else you want?
Yes, please.
Okay. Rather, it must be, yes, we could, God willing, yeah. Rather, it must be that even that when a person acts with zerizut, right, he has to decide when if it's proper and correct to exercise the midah of zerizut. Just because it's, you understand, you need to decide.
Just because you're capable doesn't mean.
Just because you're capable of doing it doesn't mean you should. You need to wait and decide. Look, there's especially in business, by the way.
Not decide. Wait for Hashem to tell you when to do it.
No, not everyone has Hashem telling them what to do.
Okay, all right,
so mefurash.
all right.
It's funny because I thought about it today. Hashem is always talking to us. It's not Hashem, it's us. If we need to be clean enough to accept what's already at the doorstep of us, the more you understand, the cleaner we are, the closer. And then you can hear.
Yeah, you gotta hear.
You got to clean your ears. I thought about it today.
Tuning is better.
Tuning, right? I literally, amen.
That's good.
I thought about that today.
Really good.
Okay, so that's what he's showing. That you have to be, that is implying that he has to be quick only in his work, right? But that work that requires to be zariz, but not always quick. Not just do everything quickly. That he's worthy of standing before kings. Because even if he occasionally procrastinates, because it's required to do so, he's not going to be counted as one that procrastinates. What are these dog people? These dog people are the ones that procrastinate and get nothing done. So he's saying that even if you procrastinate because it's not proper at the moment right now to be zariz, you're not going to be counted.
What's the fine line, though?
Each case, I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
I had a problem. I learn every day from 1:30 to 2 p.m. American time. When I first went into my business in Chester, in Philly, I had to leave the house at 4:35 in the morning, or sometimes I was in work at 4:35 in the morning, and I couldn't learn. So I called to find someone that would learn with me for 30 minutes during the day on the phone, but I have to teach. Because otherwise I'm going to check my emails, I'll check my my phone. I'm not going to be able. I need to do it. And I found one. And we're still having to talk till today.
That's amazing.
Till today, 5 years later. Okay?
Oh,
We finished maybe 5-6 masechtot.
Wow. Was this the person that got you into Zera Shimshon?
Yes. Rabbi Ariel Yelos.
Came out from...
Yes, I owe a lot to him. And what? Actually, I had to cancel one today, so. So one of those days I'm learning. Now, my office is an open office. Okay? So I have my assistant there and we have another girl there. Okay, so now when I have people in the office, I'll take my Gemara and I'll go in the kitchen. Okay, and I'll learn in the kitchen because I want privacy. So I'll learn there. Okay. I'm in the kitchen on this day and she sends me a text message, which I happen to check, which I never check. Oh, because she called me and I didn't answer. And she sends me a text, goes, all the drivers are in your office. They're drivers. About 15, 20 guys.
To drive the laundry.
Yeah, drive the trucks. Because they're all in your office.
Well, they have a
That's
strike or
140.
something?
It was 1:45. Okay, now I'm learning till 2. So I text her back, tell them I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Now, I'm not telling you within those 15 minutes that I was learning so great. Because
When they come to the office?
Because they wanted to ambush me and they wanted to do exactly what Tom said.
Do what?
Strike.
Strike money. Oh, you didn't get paid, Kilo?
No, I got paid.
For what?
They wanted, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Better not to get it on video. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But
I
you-
told
what
this
happened?
before.
Were they
But
still
you
there?
took care of it.
Were they still there 15 minutes
I
later?
didn't stop learning. But that's not even the zerizut part. As I'm sitting there, I go to my office. Okay, everyone, okay, whatever. They talking and screaming and what am I doing?
But what did they want? Say what they wanted.
I let go of a guy they wanted me to bring back. I let go of a guy. I let go of a guy and they wanted me to bring him back. What did I do? I
The city where all the brothers love each other.
please. So as they're talking to me, I'm listening to them, they're screaming, talking. I'm on my computer, standing up, I have my mouse, scrolling, I'm looking at the schedule. Which guys that are here today would I have to replace today and tomorrow?
Wow.
Not the time to be
fired them.
Yeah. I could easily say, whoever wants to keep their job, whoever doesn't get out of my office right now is going to be fired. I could have easily said that. But who's going to pay for that? I'm going to pay for that.
So what did you say?
So I didn't say nothing. I marked down who the guys were.
ערב טוב, שאול.
כן.
תגיד בבקשה שעושה זאת ההונדה.
Honda.
שלא לחסום, באמת לא לחסום.
Not even going anywhere. Just principle. Okay. So I didn't say nothing. Right? I didn't say nothing. And I just looked at my schedule, who I have to cover. And then you understand? Meaning, it's not the time. You need to know when to use these days. Close the window. You need to know when to use these days.
Break a knife.
Where's your knife?
It's broken.
It's ridiculous. Whatever. No one's allowed to block a driveway. It's not that difficult. It's not. No one's allowed to block his driveway. We said it before.
It's on the flyer.
That was the first thing I said.
It was yours?
There
you go. I sit down. All right, so let's recap. Yes, that's exactly right. That's great. So let's just wrap up. So we're saying what? So we're explaining. We started by saying we started by Korach, by Moshe telling Aharon, go run quickly and go bring the ketoret so the Magifah can stop. The question Zera Shimshon has, why are you telling me run quickly? If you would have just said run, he would have ran the same. He wasn't running any faster because you said run quickly. And what's the answer? The answer is that he says, Zera Shimshon is explaining that the reason why of the quickness that we're getting is because is to show that that's the essence of the of that's going to stop the Magifah. Not only the Ketoret, but the fact that Aaron, who is Yireh Hashem, and Hashem, right? What's the pasuk we said? Ritzon Yireh Av Yaseh, that the Ritzon of the ones that fear him, he does. So because he's showing the alacrity, he's doing what he needs, Hashem's going to stop the Magifah. Then so we take this concept and understand that alacrity is a very important thing. Okay. Then we bring.
Not even going out with the car.
I know it's principle. Let it go. It's principle. It's principle.
I thought he was trying to come out in reverse.
Let it go. Let it go. So now we take this understanding and we ask a question about way Shemuel treated Shaul and David. Shaul, he tells, wait for me 7 days. How could you tell me to wait 7 days when you get a king at the first time? You should teach him. You should show him alacrity, how to move forward. What are you teaching him how to wait for? That's not the right way. You want to lead, you want him to move. You don't want him to wait. To show that what? That Shaul, we already knew, has alacrity. He has this midav zedizut. And now he has to learn when to use it. Shaul has to learn when to use it. And not just use it whenever he wants. David, different. David did not have the alacrity that Shaul had. But he tried, so Hashem tells him, go out to war to the Perishtim. And then he tells him, okay, pull back, go hide. And then he says, when you hear the whistling of the trees, that's the siman to go. And he had to see if David HaMelech had that type of alacrity, which means when he says go out to war, he went out to war right away. But then he tells him to go hold back, so he held back. So why? To teach him that even if you hold back, you're not, but for the right reasons, you're not going to be counted as the guys of darkness. Which means if you hold back because it's the right time to hold back, because it's not the right time to strike, then you're going to be seen as wise. You're not going to be seen as doing something wrong, as you procrastinate, and as indecisive. You understand? To show what's the lesson from this derasha, you have to know when to use your midot. You have to Shlomo, when to use your midot. People have midot that other people don't understand. Right? You have to know to subdue them. They stay inside. They do not go outside. And only on the right time. And the zechut of our learning together, okay, I want everyone to be showing up next week. Because 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, when somebody leaves, when it's an open house, then this house is turning.
We'll have a week off.
Charles,
here we go.
So last week I said I feel like I'm empty.
Well, you can send us a class. Yeah?
We will be learning. Yeah, I am going to be sending something.
So we'll have audio on the groups. So who doesn't have the phone,
Charles, last week I said I feel empty and everything. You said
Because you're not lelamedding, you're doing, I said what I do, you said, yeah, but you're not teaching, you're not spreading, so you have to lelamed, find somebody to do it. So I was like, who am I gonna teach? Who am I gonna
Got someone?
Who am I gonna contact? I said, who am I gonna teach? If not my older son from my previous marriage. I called him up, I said, listen, there's a special thing here in the front, and they wanna like do Torah v'ladira, on Mivtza, and you wanna be my chavruta? He was like, wow, I can't believe what an honor you're asking me. We started doing the Mishnah Baruch, that halacha that you learned today,
yeah.
We started learning
Amen.
it.
Wow, beautiful. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, amen ואמן. רבי חניה בקדשה אומר, עשה הקדוש ברוך הוא זכות לצריך, יבא לתורה מצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפש למען שהוא יגדיר תורה ואדיר. אמן. אמן.